Good morning, all of you. So today, Sachin has said that we'll start at 10:10. But before that, I'm very happy to see that 41 people have joined. So there appears to be a lot of enthusiasm for HR, and I'm really happy because what I personally feel is HR is a very easy subject to score. So, and everybody I feel should at least appear once for HR, because HR you don't have to study that much as you have to for other subjects, because most of the things you already know. And suppose if you are not aware of it, your knowledge increases, as because these are the benefits which you are getting, and you should be aware of whatever you are supposed to get. So that's why I always keep telling that HR, everybody should go for it. Some go for it, some they say that we never wanted to appear for HR, but when we saw the question paper, we felt HR was a better option because we were knowing more options. Last year, somebody told me I had just read your PPT once, and I was going to appear for Marine, but then paper was very tough. And then same thing for reinsurance also, I was told. Then last minute decision, and out of the questions asked, I was almost knowing 18 to 19 answers. So some people got promotion also just by attempting this, by taking this subject. So give it a try. It's a wonderful subject and very informative. And whatever I know about it, I'll share with you. And whatever we are going to study today is just examination point of view. So I was told to start at 10:10. The participants now are 44. Some I know, some I don't know. I think from all the companies, the members are there. Is it, Sachin?
Madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. So far 44. We'll just start at 10:10. We'll start.
Yeah, madam, I'll give the introduction, then we'll start.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, madam. Thank you.
ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி தன் வீடியோ ஆஃப் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் பண்ணணும். காப்பி பண்ணா இருக்கு.
Madam, it's 10:10 now. So shall we proceed?
Yes.
If you don't mind. Now, I guess 48 participants have joined our session. So, good morning, dear aspirants. Once again, I would like to welcome you all to HRM session on behalf of Mumbai Insurance Institute, which is the subsidiary of Insurance Institute of India. Dear friends, today we have Sandhya Murty, madam. She is a deputy manager and looking after HRM department and EWS in our head office. She is even my boss also. She is in HRM department and she's really heading good and very helpful and very thorough knowledge in HRM. So I saw many people are consulting with her when they are facing any sort of problem in HRM. So, dear friends, today you have got a good opportunity to gain the maximum knowledge from the madam. And I would like to further add something like we have completed 3 sessions, madam. And now we have 4 lectures within Monday to Friday. We'll take motor TP and miscellaneous. Next Saturday, we'll conduct the lecture of fire, and on Sunday, we'll conduct the lecture of engineering. So, Sandhya Murty, madam, we are like to welcome you in this session, and hope our aspirants will definitely gain something out of your knowledge, and definitely do something in this scale 1 to 5 exam. I hope everybody will enjoy this session, and Sandhya Murty madam is taking this lecture for Mumbai Insurance Institute for the first time. So thank you
Yes.
very much, madam. We are very much thankful to you. And madam, there is Rishikesh Kulkarni and Anil Jadhav. Both are there. They will assist you if you got any sort of problem.
Yes.
Please continue, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sachin. Actually, when I came to Mumbai for the first time in 2016-17, when I appeared for the exam, Anil Jadhav, I've seen how much efforts he has taken. That time I got promoted also. So really, your team is very good, and thanks for giving me an opportunity. And this is my first online session, and I'm very thankful that my daughter has come. Otherwise, connecting would not have been so easy. So, so we are all sitting to help each other. Let's all begin it. HR, again, I would say now that more people have joined, it's an easy subject. Since it is now relating to what benefits we are getting, what are the rules of the company. So most of the things we already know. This is an overview, and it is purely from the point of view of examination. So when you just see the PPT and I want a like now I've shared a MCQ also based on the PPT. So what I want you is that you take a pen. I want you to use a traditional method. Since you all have joined, means you are really interested. So take a piece of paper and pen, sit down. Whatever you can note down, you note down. Otherwise, they're going to record it. And what happens is if you write, you remember it. The remembrance is more. And before I start the session itself, once again, I would say that I wish all of you all the very best for the exam. And now we'll start with the session. So what I have done is this entire HR, we have now divided into 4 parts. First, I will discuss about promotion, because this is based on the questions which we get in the exam. And I told you earlier also that we are going to study only from the examination point of view. So some questions are asked on seniority marks, LTS, transfer benefits, hotel charges, promotion policy. So what I have done is my first phase of discussion will be on this promotion, LTS, halting allowance, hotel charges, transfer benefits. Then we'll give a stop 5 minutes. I also want to know whether you have listened to me or ऐसे चला के इधर उधर चले गए, है ना? तो क्योंकि सबका तो स्क्रीन बंद है, so that also एक थोड़ा सा छोटा रिविजन हो जाएगा. Next, then we will go to reimbursements. They always ask briefcase, vehicle loan, education loan, newspaper, housing loan. These things are also asked. So you have to remember the figures also. We'll quickly go through that also. Festival advance, conveyance scheme, then natural calamity. That will be the second point, the second slot of discussion. Third will be PF, NPFs, Mediclaim, domiciliary insurance qualification. Questions are asked on that also. And last is a very important topic. So why I have taken that last is because I want you all to stay till the end. That is leave. At least 3 to 4 questions are asked about leave. We'll see the calculations also. Leave, gratuity, and pension. This is the way the entire session, which I was told 10 to 1, is divided into 4 slots. So now I'll share. Now there are 48 participants, and we are starting the session. So I'll directly share the screen, and we'll go to the promotion policy. Is it okay? And if you have any query, just note it down. After we finish the first slot, first part, I'll stop there. Then you can ask me, and then we'll proceed further. So I think everybody's okay with this. So we'll start now. So you can put a thumb. I can see here how many are okay with it. Okay, 2 आ गया है. ठीक है, चलो we'll start. I'll share my screen. This is the objective. So I'll be talking about all these things. I've already told you that we'll be talking about all the things, and then first part we are going to start now, that is promotion policy. So now, are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, just. Now we are talking about the promotion policy. When we talk of promotion policy, means promotion from one scale to another. So we all know that for the promotion, you have to continuously work in the same cadre for 3 years. And for scale 6 and 7, it is 2 years, continuous period. And now with this, while discussing this, since it is about promotion, I'll tell you about amendments also. One amendment has come, latest amendment, that for promotion from scale 6 to 7, not only minimum 2 years of continuous service is required, also balance service period should be 2 years. Then only it is considered. Suppose I am retiring next year and I've already completed 2 years in scale 6, but my retirement is next year, so I will not be considered for promotion to scale 7. So this is one more amendment which is included in the promotion policy, which I'll show you the amendments also in the PPT. So till here it is clear. And one more. Now, see, when I'm telling you about when I'm showing you the presentations, I'll tell you the questions also, which is generally asked. Zone of consideration. So for promotion from scale 1 to 2, it is 3 times the number of vacancy. Scale 2 to 3, it is 3 times. Scale 3 to 4, it is 4 times. And scale 4 to 5, it is 5 times. But suppose in the list, my SR number is there and I am taken for consideration, then the entire batch should also be taken for consideration. That criteria also is followed. So this is the first slide. This I have told you just now, that all officers from the same batch will be considered in the zone of consideration, even if the limit increases. And one more thing, if an employee, there was a question which was asked that an employee appeared for fast track. Okay, he cleared fast track, but then he was promoted under normal channel. Why? Because it is as per the promotion policy of class 1, if an employee is eligible for both fast track and normal channel and he's promoted, then his promotion will be taken in normal channel list only. So this is under promotion policy. And for fast track, we have 40% of vacancies. For normal channel, it is 60%. And we all know that for normal channel, there is no exam. For fast track, there is exam, and we all are competing for fast. And for licentiate, no marks. Associate, it's 5. And fellow, it's 10 marks. And these marks are there only for up to scale 3 only in normal channel. See, there was a question. I have shared the question, list of questions also. So, there was a question last time, it was asked. How many marks are given for passing fellowship to the candidate seeking promotion from scale 3 to 4? How many marks? If you go as per this, no marks. So whatever is being told to you today, just hear it very carefully, note it down. And I'm 100% sure that you all will, when you will see the paper in the exam, you would say, okay, we were knowing most of the things. So this promotion policy for officers is effective from 2007 and 18 amendments. The ones which I told you just a few minutes back, that for promotion from scale 6 to 7, 2 years of services left. These are all the amendments. Amendments means whenever there is any change in the promotion policy, they are added to the policy, that is called as amendment. And we all know that up to scale 5, it is within the company. Scale 6 and 7, it is on merit. It is GIPSA and GIC together. The list is also prepared like that only. And these are the people who will be there for the interview. This, I told you that examination point of view, they may ask. So you should know that who will be who are the people who will be conducting the interview for scale 5, scale 4, since everybody is competing here for fast track. So these things are expected that you should know. So for scale 5, CMD, GMP, 1 SC/ST representative, 1 outside expert on board of director. For scale 4, GMP director, GM, SC/ST representative, and 1 outside expert. So now, when was fast track introduced? It was introduced in 2015-16. Interview is there, you all know. And vacancies are also maximum for scale 1 to 2. And there is no interview in fast track from scale 1 to 2. And there is a reserve list also. Candidates have 2 attempts. This also everybody knows. And if you pass the written exam and then don't get promotion, then that is not considered as your attempt. That also everybody knows. Since you are appearing for fast track, you should be knowing it. But these are the promotion policies These are included in the promotion policy. That is why I'm telling you this. Then contingency list, 10% is 10% of vacancy is reserved. This is, see, first we all know that a main list is declared. Then if somebody doesn't accept, then this contingency, whosoever is in the list, they get promoted. And if a person refuses, suppose I am there in the contingency list, I refuse, then I am not eligible for promotion for how many years? 1 year only. Earlier it used to be 2 years. Now it is 1 year. And for appearing for fast track exam, for scale 1 to 2, 2 to 3, the minimum qualification is associateship. For fast track, for scale 3 to 4, minimum qualification is fellowship. So till here, the promotion policy is very nicely and very simply explained to you, because after listening to this PPT, you can just, while traveling also, while going to the office, or in any time, whenever you feel comfortable, if you just read it once also, you'll remember. And these types of questions are also mostly asked, which are so easy to answer because you know them. That is why, that is also one of the reason I say you keep on, you try and attempt for HR. So this I've already told you. We'll move to the next slide. This question is asked in this: weightage of marks. Weightage of marks in case of fast track channel, weightage of marks for normal channel. So in the screen which I am showing you, it is given scale wise. So qualification marks, see, you are having for fast track only for promotion from scale 1 to 2. Rest you don't have How to remember? This is another way of remembering things. Just remember, only for promotion from scale 1 to 2, you are having elimination. Since it's abhi zamana MCQ ka hai, elimination se we come to the correct best probable answer. So क्या याद रखना आपको? क्वालिफिकेशन का मार्क्स ओनली स्केल 1 to 2 को है, बाकी किसी को नहीं है. डन, इतना याद है फास्ट ट्रैक में. बाकी सब इज वर्क रिकॉर्ड. All the scales it's 40. Examination, since you have work record, same marks for all the scales, it will be easier for you to remember. Then comes examination. Examination marks, you are having more weightage in scale 1 to 2 because there is no interview. So you are having 50 marks, rest all 40. Interview, no interview in scale 1 to 2, but there is interview in all other scales, and marks 20. So total 100. So ye marks jo hai, this is for which channel? Fast track channel. So now we move to the normal. Normal channel qualification, only scale 1 to 2, scale 2 to 3, 10 marks. And this 10 marks is for what? Fellowship. Associate how much? I've already told you in the earlier slide. It is 5 marks. 5. Yes. So 10 marks. Seniority scale 2, 55. See, isko rat lo. Ye bahut aayega. Ye kaam mein aayega. Ye. And one more question which is asked is, if a person has worked for so many years in this cadre, that is scale 2, he has worked for 5 years. So now how many marks he will get for seniority? This question was also asked. So we will move to it. Aage hai wo slide mein. Now we are talking about normal channel marks. So these are the marks which you must be knowing also, because you are competing. Most of you who are appearing, maybe for scale 1 to 2, there are chances that more people are appearing for in fast track only, but other scales, they may be appearing for both channels also. So these are the marks which you get for normal channel. See, and I've told you in the earlier slide how to remember the marks. Here, how you see, you have to learn sometimes. How qualification, already told you, I have read out the question also. Up to scale 3 only you get marks. So qualification itna yaad rakhna, 1 to 2 ko hai, 2 to 3 ko hai, baki ko no marks. Seniority, ye yaad rakhna, sabse zyada scale 1 to 2 ko hai, अब देखो जैसे जैसे कम हो रहा है 50, 35, 25. Work record, you have to remember, work record for scale 1 to 2 is 35, rest 40, 40, 50. Interview, easiest thing to remember is up 1 and 2, no interview, 3 and 4, मतलब scale 4 and scale 5, it is 25 marks. Now we are coming to the amendments. See, the exam is not going, when this December में जो exam होगा, उसमें they are not going to ask you old amendments. They'll be asking you the latest ones. Okay. 15th amendment of promotion policy is that which was effective from June 11, 2021. And this is effective from promotion of 21-22 PE, change in qualification marks, seniority marks, and screening for 6 and 7 is dispensed with. Change in qualification marks, earlier the marks were more, they were now reduced, and seniority marks also have been changed. This is the change which is brought in the promotion policy as per amendment 50. Now we will see the changes, the marks. Achha, before we go, that opt-out was introduced in this amendment. And if a person says that I'll opt out from one channel, it is not allowed. You have to opt out from the entire promotion exercise. And if you opt out from one, then both are to be taken together. Not that if I'll say okay, I'll not, you have the option whether you have the option to appear for fast track or not to appear for any exam. If you don't appear for fast track, you'll be treated as normal channel. But when it comes to opting out, you have to opt out from the entire promotion exercise. Okay. And this is also applicable for only 1 year, twice in a particular category. So this is another amendment. This is amendment number 17 as per the promotion policy, that in circumstances when post of CMD is vacant, then the GMs will be taking leave of absence. The authority vested in and function of CMD shall be vested and discharged by the GM, but he'll have to be duly authorized by Board of Directors. This is also one amendment, 17th amendment. Now we are talking about 18th amendment. In situ, last year it was started that in situ promotion was dispensed with. And new para is added. See, I told you, promotion considered for scale 7 officer having completed 1.5 service should have, I told you, minimum service left should be more than 2 years. When I started the session, that time itself I told. So this is an 18th amendment. And now here I want to tell you something. I don't know how I missed it. I've not put it in the slide. I'm talking to you about, wait. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
you are seeing normal channel, no marks. After this, I wanted to add this, but I don't know how I missed it. I'm telling you, you note it down, and I will mail this slide to you afterwards. See, marks for each completed years of service. A question is asked on this. So for scale one, each completed year of service, you get 7 marks. For scale one, scale 2, it is 6 marks. Scale 3, it is 4 marks. Scale 4, it is 3 marks. And the maximum marks
Please
is...
repeat. Repeat
Yeah,
again.
I'll repeat. For scale 1, it is 7 marks. See, for first 3 years, you don't get any marks. This I made it clear in the beginning, but again, I'm telling you. Suppose I get promoted as scale 3 in 2020. So 2021, I will not get any marks. 21, 22, I will not get any marks. 22, 23, I will not. 2021, 21, 22, 22, 23, I won't get. After that, I will start getting marks. So if I'm scale 1 and I'm appearing for scale 2, so marks which I will get is 7 marks for 1 year, more than 3 years, जो है 7 marks per year and maximum marks 55. A question was asked on this, so note it down. I will share this with the team. And scale 2 to 3, it is 6 marks, maximum 50 marks. Scale 3 to 4, it is 4 marks for 1 year and maximum 35. And scale 4 to 5, it is 3 years and maximum 25 marks. You have all have noted?
Yes, madam.
अनिल एक बार फिर से बता दो क्या नोट किया है, वो लोग भी सुन लेंगे.
Ma'am, scale 1 to 2, 7 marks per year. 2 to 3,
Maximum.
6 marks, maximum 55. 2 to 3, 6 marks per year, maximum 50. 3 to 4, 4 marks, maximum 35. And 4 to 5, 3 marks, maximum 25. And this is after completion of 3 years.
Yes. So till here it is clear. Next is, I have told you, associate 5 marks, fellow 10 marks, up to scale 3 only. Huh? So now, so this information, this piece of information is left out. I will share it with the team. Now we have completed promotion policy of class 1, and this is all as regards I've told you already that it is, we are studying for the exam. So now we'll go to the now we are talking about promotion policy for supervisory staff. So supervisory means इसमें क्या क्या आ जाता है? Scale 1 to class 1, scale 1 and above. ये आ जाता है promotion policy officers में. The rest they come under supervisory staff. In this, assistant, senior assistant who are appearing for officers promotion, that is departmental 13.1, where they don't have to give an exam. They get promoted based on their seniority and qualification, CR, other things. But 13.2, you have to appear for the competitive exam. And assistant to senior assistant, it comes under para 14. Para 25 is ACPS, you say, that is Assured Career Progression Scheme for substaff, RC driver. And these are the other ones for substaff and driver. It's 25.1, 25.2 for record clerk, and 25A, minimum 1 promotion and lifetime, where the length of service is 20 years and age should be 50 years as on cutoff date. So first we spoke about, I told you in the beginning, it said those who have joined late, for them I'm telling. because when we started, it was 48, now it is 59. So some of you might have joined just now. The entire HR portion is divided into 4 parts for the sake of convenience, for the sake of remembering, so that it becomes easier for me to tell also, and you also. Like when you, after hearing this presentation, and when you like want to regather whatever you have heard, so just it is 4 parts. First part is all related to promotion, halting allowance, transfer. Second one, I told you about the benefits. Third is about PF, NPS, and last is about gratuity, pension, and leave. So we are going through the first one. In that we have covered class 1 promotion policy. Now promotion policy of supervisory staff we are into it. So these are the ones which are there. This is promotion from class 3 to class 1 comes under 13.1 and 13.2. Rest are all in class 3 only. And these are the other paras. Okay. So we move on. Qualification marks. So qualification marks are 12 for graduation, 3 for post-graduation. So 15 marks total, and 5 for licentiate, 10 for associate, and 15 for fellow. So total qualification marks, academic and technical, comes to 30 marks. And number of attempts for general, it's 4. And SC/ST, it's 5. Passing marks also for general, it's 60. SC/ST, 50. And 120 for general, 100 for SC/ST. So this we are talking about the qualification marks and examination marks for 13.1 and 2. That is promotion from assistant, senior assistant to class 1, scale 1. So there was an amendment in this also. See, earlier in my screens, like in my PPT, I have shared you with the amendments, 15th amendment, 16th amendment, 17th amendment, 18th amendment of class 1 promotion policy. Why I am telling you again and again is 3-4 बार बोलने से वो चीज ऐसा दिमाग में बैठ जाता है कि even if you don't read it or study it, ऐसे क्वेश्चन आएगा ना एग्जाम में, you'll remember कि हाँ ये उसका है. So in now we are talking about promotion policy of supervisory cadre. उसमें क्या आते हैं? I have showed you earlier. कौन कौन से आते हैं supervisory में? These ones.
सब staff, driver.
हाँ सारे ठीक है.
Assistant, senior assistant.
अरे वाह, I am very happy. Somebody is replying, means you are सुन रहे हैं आप लोग ध्यान से. चलो, it's good. So now we have completed this. Now I think we were amendment. We were on this. Okay. So we have there is an amendment in this also in 2016. A panel is prepared now as per the amendment, and scheme of weightage for seniority has increased. Technical qualification, earlier MBA was given more marks than licentiate. Now they have made it equal, and out of zone promotion has started, and effect of non-promotion has been reduced. Effect, like that is, if you don't take promotion for in this policy in this current year, if you refuse it, earlier it used to be that 2 years you are not eligible for the next promotion. Now it is reduced to 1 year. Like promotion policy of class 1 officers also, you have studied that. And contingency, these are all introduced in the year 2016. This was an amendment which came from PE 2016. So, latest changes. Latest changes is that there is earlier Academic qualification, the cutoff date used to be different. For technical qualification, that is licentiate, associate, fellowship, it used to be March. Now it is uniform cutoff date for all the promotion, for both, not all the promotion, for both technical as well as academic, the cutoff date is same. Okay. And date of notice will be uniform, cutoff date for qualification, both academic, but seniority remains the same. Seniority, it used to happen that for promotion, the class 1, the seniority used to be taken as the cutoff date was 31st March, and for this supervisory, it used to be December. So now the change which has been made, that is in academic and technical only, but seniority remains the same. So now here I'm not going to take leave, because I've told you that in the first slide, first phase, we will be covering promotion, LTS, halting, hotel charges, transfer benefits. So first portion is covered. With this, the promotion policy comes to an end. Whatever questions which will be asked, which are tentatively asked, not will be asked, I am not the person to comment on that, which are tentatively asked in promotion policies, everything is covered in the slides which are shared with you. Now, as per this, it is leave, but we'll be taking up leave in the end. So I'll take you to LTS now, which will be covering LTS, halting, hotel charges, transfer benefits. That we will cover, and with that, the part 1 will come to an end. So now we are going to LTS.
Regarding 13.1 per year, how many marks will be? Seniority marks.
Seniority marks, I'll tell you.
3 marks per year.
Yeah.
See, you already got an answer. That is good, no? People are ready. ये किसने आंसर दिया?
मैम राधेश्याम फ्रॉम शिमला.
शिमला, अच्छा, ओके. तो शिमला में ठंडी है?
बहुत ज्यादा.
अच्छा, अच्छा. Wait, now we are going to, we'll be covering. LTS. ठीक है? Our next topic is LTS. So how you get, we all know that we get LTS on confirmation, and the years, block years are different for class 3 and for class 1. है ना? So we are now taking LTS. So we are eligible for LTS once in 2 years after confirmation. Block year, and who all are covered? Dependent parents, children, including adopted and stepchildren, and one leave has to be sanctioned. The leave has to be first sanctioned in the system, and then only you can apply for advance. And the family members can go in 2 groups, okay? And 2 blocks can be combined. This one question was asked, I think last year, that a person was class 3. He got promoted as class 1. So what will be the fate of his LTS? How he will get it? So he will get for class 3 also, and on promotion, the earlier, I'm trying to see, locate the question. So he will get it. But the block years for class 3, 4 and for class 1, it is different. For class 3, 4, it is even years, and for class 1, it is always odd years. That I think everybody knows. And manager and above are eligible for air travel, but the others up to deputy manager, it is rail, road, or like that only, but the maximum kilometers is 3,000, and actuals are reimbursed. And class 3 employees with defined basic second class railway fare is allowed for night journey, actual travel by sleeper AC 2-tier permitted, including by Rajdhani Duronto. I wanted to... Achha, we'll take it right from if... Okay, we'll take it later on. I'm not able to get the question. When we go to the questions that time, but I have a question with me readily available for LTS. We'll move ahead. LTS rules, sanction has to be taken.
One point missing. When two groups are involved is there, then there is a gap of only 6 months.
6 months, yeah. If the family is split into two, the first group agar aaj jata hai, the second group has to go within 6 months only, not later than 6 months. Then it will not be allowed. Okay. Prior sanction of leave mandatory, advance 90% you can take. And if it is cancelled, the amount has to be refunded, like it has to be returned to the company immediately. And original tickets, bills, boarding pass, proof of travel, these things are required. Okay. So with this, we cover LTS. Now we are going to
LTS.
That is not allowed, no? तो बंद है ना? वो तो बंद है ना? Now we move to transfer and mobility policy. Transfer benefits, I've told you. This is the first हमारा जो phase है, first part में we are covering. So इसमें पूछते हैं, there is one question which is asked in this normal period of posting, NPP. It is 5 years. Okay. Short form NPP is, NPP का full form है normal period of posting and it is 5 years. And TMP is applicable up to scale 4. And scale 5 and above can be transferred anytime as per the requirement of the company. So they don't come under TMP. Request transfer, minimum after 3 years, maximum 3 request transfers during the entire service period. And if request transferred is considered after a period of 5 years, then it will not be counted as a request transfer. Nowadays, in the letter itself, they are mentioning whether the employee will be, like he'll be given some benefit for transfer. But as per the rule, no transfer benefit within the same city in case of request transfer also. If it is less than 3 years, no transfer benefits. But after COVID, it is noticed that in case of normal transfer also, like after completion of 3 years, 4 years also, if it is a request transfer, the companies are specifically writing in the letter that the employee is not like eligible for any benefit.
So now, request transfer for female.
Transfer for female. Request transfer she can apply. Female can apply after 2 years.
It's all in Gypsa company.
See, she can apply. We are talking about promotion policy. And this policy, as of now, it is same for all the companies. But it may, the discretion is up to the management. But as per the policy, a female employee can apply after 2. Wait, I'll read out the. I'll read it out for you. She can apply after completion of 2 years. Let me check. I think I've read it somewhere. She can apply after 2 years. I'll check in and confirm you. Is it okay? Transfer, 3 transfers. And if your transfer is considered beyond 5 years, it is not considered as a request transfer. And one more thing is, if a lady is transferred after completion of 2 years, she can apply for transfer. This point I'll check again and get back to you. Who has asked this question? Just note. Yeah, you just note it down. I'll get back to you. Give me some time. So now we'll move ahead. We spoke about transfer and mobility policy for officers. Now we have come to the transfer and mobility policy for the supervisory staff. Here, 10 years in one station, one office to another, it is 5 years, and one department to another, it is 3 years. Request transfer, maximum 3 times. And three years at one place. Okay. Then exemption, these people are exempted from transfers. Those who are physically handicapped, medical grounds, major diseases. So, and one more thing I want, since we are talking about transfer benefits.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Bolo.
Ma'am, request transfer is maximum 3 in one cadre or throughout the service?
Throughout the service.
Okay. Thank you.
देखो entire period, ये जो मेरा पहले वाला slide है ना, दिख रहा है आपको? और बड़ा करूं?
Yes, ma'am.
दिख रहा है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Entire service. See, दिख रहा है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
It is the entire service. Acha, and one more thing, since we are studying from the perspective of examination, I have talked to you about transfer and mobility policy. Transfer benefits not added in the presentation, but I'm having it with me. That is, I want to share it with you. I'm sorry, I'm having it with me. I want to share it with you. That transfer benefit for officers, it is transfer grant equivalent to 1 month basic pay is payable, and halting allowance as per entitlement up to 30 days is payable if you are getting the transfer benefits then. And mid-academic allowance for study of children is payable, and joining leave is payable. It is, we are told by some people that in HRMS, I'm talking about New India, the system does not allow you to apply for joining leave if it is request transfer. If your action and reason is put as request transfer, the system does not allow you, because transfer grant as of now, as far as leave is concerned, we are allowing only joining leave for those who are transfer. It is wherever it is a management transfer, not a request transfer. But as per the guidelines, if you go, you are entitled for joining leave also. This I have not shared in the presentation, but this is I'm telling for the information. And nowadays we are specifically writing in the order itself whether you are eligible for the benefits or not.
Madam, one doubt, madam. Madam, if transfer grant is not eligible, then joining claim is also not eligible, madam.
Ah.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Because they write it in the letter itself, no?
Yes, madam, I have seen it.
So if you're not eligible for any benefits, then leave also comes as a transfer benefit only, no? So then they will not allow you, because in the system while doing the entry, they put your action and reason as a request transfer. Reason as action will be transfer, reason request transfer. So once if the validations are put in the system that once it's a request transfer, then they don't allow, the system doesn't allow you to apply for job. So I think, and for transfer, and this also, let me check. So as far as supervisory staff is concerned, protection of CCA and HRA is as per the as per the transfer and mobility policy, their HRA and CCA and functional allowance, everything is protected. This is for the examination point of view. I'm telling you, these two things I have not included in the presentation which I have shared. So
please repeat again.
The एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू मैंने आपको अभी बोला दो चीज, एक तो ये बोला कि आपका जो बेनिफिट्स है, जो आपका ट्रांसफर बेनिफिट्स जो है, if your letter says you're entitled for, if your letter is silent about the benefits which you are getting in transfer, that means you are eligible. But if it's specifically written in the letter in your transfer order that you are not eligible for transfer benefits, you don't get it. If the letter is silent, you get it. So the benefits which you get, I have not shared in the presentation, but I told you halting allowance you are getting mid-academic allowance, you are getting joining leave, and you are getting one basic. That is what I told you. But as far as transfer and mobility policy for supervisory staff is concerned, their DNA, their CCA, HRA, functional allowance, they're all protected. Okay? Is it clear? So,
ma'am, transfer benefits for class 3-4.
Class 3-4.
Yeah.
Class 3-4 को transfer में एक disturbance allowance मिलता है if it is beyond 500 kilometers, and if they get disturbance allowance of 500 rupees if the kilometers of transfer is up to 150 kilometers, and they get 1000 rupees if it is beyond 150 kilometers. But these questions are not asked in the exam. That is why I have not given. See, my purpose of sharing today's presentation and having the conversation with you is preparing for the exam, that is fast track, which you are appearing, and the questions which have been asked earlier in the fast track exams that I have taken in the PPT which is shared with you. These questions are only whatever I'm sharing with you is only for your knowledge, because aaj tak kabhi they have not been asked. That is why I have not put it in the
TMP for supervisory staff is effective or not?
नहीं होता है. कहाँ हो रहा है? होता भी होगा तो it within that place, in smaller offices. See, now all the companies policies are changing, no? So many things are new now.
It's now effective, ma'am. TMP for SA staff is now effective now.
अभी we are talking for the examination point of view. हमको अभी 1 बजे तक बहुत कुछ cover कर.
मैम जब KPI में ट्रांसफर हुई है ना क्लरिकल तो उनको जो बेनिफिट्स हैं ये बेनिफिट्स नहीं मिल रहे हैं. इस हिसाब से मेरे हिसाब से तो TMP जो क्लरिकल स्टाफ के वो नल एंड वाइड है अभी.
देखो, इसीलिए हमने ना जो आपको एग्जाम में आएगा उसी को शेयर किया है. ये बाकी आपको इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन एग्जाम में नहीं आएगा. जो हम शेयर किए हैं वो हमने जो लास्ट टाइम दिया था, या फिर हम तो मेरा न्यू इंडिया का जो क्लासेस है लेते हैं ना, तो एवरी ईयर दोज हु अपीयर फॉर द पेपर ना HR का, आई टेक अ फीडबैक फ्रॉम देम. तो उसके बेसिस पे बनाया है। तो ये दिस इज फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन ओनली, ऐसा सब इतना डिटेल में नहीं पूछेंगे, बट आपको जो प्रमोशन पॉलिसी के बारे में, जो एलटीएस के बारे में, एलटीएस का ब्लॉक्स पूछते हैं। अभी जो राधेश्याम जी ने जो ऐड किया 6 महीने के अंदर ही दूसरा लेना पड़ता है क्या, वो फिर ट्रांसफर ओवरव्यू आप इतने डिटेल में नहीं पूछते हैं एग्जाम में, बिकॉज दे हैव टू कवर सो मेनी थिंग्स। तो मोटा मोटी जो ट्रांसफर यानी उसके बारे में क्या पूछ सकते हैं एग्जाम में, दैट आई हैव कवर्ड। प्रमोशन क्या पूछ सकते हैं, हैव कवर्ड। बहुत डेप्थ में नहीं पूछा जाता है, बिकॉज इन दैट 25 to 30 क्वेश्चंस दे हैव टू, पूरा इसमें आईडीडी भी आ जाएगा। वी आर टॉकिंग ओनली ऑफ एचआर नाउ। सी इन दिस एचआर it is having IDD portion also. So the questions which is asked to you, 3 to 4 questions are on leave, some are on promotion policy, so at least 7 to 8 questions are asked on IDD also. इतने डेप्थ में नहीं पूछेंगे, बट फॉर योर नॉलेज ये जानना जरूरी है, मगर बहुत इतना भी डेप्थ में नहीं पूछेंगे। सो नाउ वी हैव कवर्ड प्रमोशन, एलटीएस, ट्रांसफर बेनिफिट्स, LTS rules, okay. Now we will be taking a break after some time. No, that time I'll share 3 more slides with you. One will be regarding marks for seniority. The other one will be regarding hotel charges. इसमें मुझे अभी दिख नहीं रहा है. And third will be regarding halting. So if I show you those 3, then I'll complete this first part. So now I'm not able to see it, but then we'll move on with the second one, that is benefits. ठीक है? So the next question, next topic, we have come to the second part. These are the benefits which we all enjoy and they are frequently asked in the exam. कुछ न कुछ तो इसका क्वेश्चंस रहता ही है. न्यूज़पेपर रिएम्बर्समेंट, फेस्टिवल एडवांस, हाउसिंग लोन, ब्रीफकेस रिएम्बर्समेंट, नेचुरल कैलामिटी एडवांस, व्हीकल लोन, कन्वेंस स्कीम, लिमिट्स व्हीकल का, एजुकेशन लोन एंड EDLI. So now LTS we have already covered. So loans and advances we are going directly to end. So we are talking about vehicle loan. Vehicle loan, minimum 5 years of service. Once in like there are 3 times you can take this, not more than 3 loans. Ex-servicemen, after completion of 3 years, they become eligible for vehicle loan. It is 75,000 for 2-wheeler and including class 3 and 4, development officer admin. 75,000 में जो rate of interest है, it is 5% up to 50,000 and it is 9% above 50,000. Repayment is done in 60 equal installments. When we are talking about vehicle loan minimum period of service eligibility के लिए is 5 years, whereas for housing loan, if you talk, it is 3 years. And for ex-servicemen, they can avail it after completion of 3 years of service. But for others, it is 5 years. 75,000, rate of interest 5%, 9%, above 50,000. 60 installments. And for four-wheeler, for administration, the officers up to scale 4 on administrative side, they get loan. For scale 1 and 2, it is 2.5 lakhs, and up to 1 lakh, it is 5% interest, and more than that, it is 7.5% for balance, and for scale 3 and 4, it is 4.5%. So we are talking about loans and advances. We have spoken about vehicle loan. Now we move ahead. This is a very favorite question which is asked. Paper reimbursement is paid twice a year. Once it is due from January to June, then from July to December. For Jan to June, we claim in the month of, this is reimbursement, so we have to claim for it. We claim in the month of July. From July to December, we claim it in the month of Jan. And it is up to scale 3, that is scale 1, scale 2, scale 3. It is how much? 200 only, because this question is very frequently asked. They give the scales and how much is the eligibility. For scale 4 and 5, it is 400 per month, and for scale 6 and 7, it is 500. Now we come to briefcase. Briefcase, it is reimbursable once in 3 years, and the reimbursement up to, for scale 6 and above, is 5,000 once in 3 years. Scale 4 and 5, it is 4,000. Scale 2 and 3, it is 3,000. Scale 1, it is 2,000. Now I'll go back again to newspaper. Somebody, iske to bhi dimag mein aaya hoga, that person will ask me afterwards, if a person is retiring in the month of September, how do we go about? Because I'm talking about the practical mails which we receive. If my reimbursement, my system allows from Jan to June, I'm allowed to put it in the system in the month of July. From July to December, I can apply in the month of Jan. But if I am retiring in the month of August, how do we go about it? The system does not take it. So these things have to be done manually at the regional office level, and the discretion is up to that RO unit. They can take a call. So newspaper have resolved, and now we are coming back to briefcase. Briefcase is once in 3 years to all officers, including probationers and promotees. The amount which is shown here in the presentation, that is scale 2 to 3, it is 3,000. Scale 4 to 5, it is 4,000. Scale 6 and above, 5,000. It is all inclusive of GST. And for development officers, other than admin, it is 2,000. These figures, you just keep it in mind, because in the exam they'll ask, aisa de denge, and they'll give you the kya amount hoga. So these are the amount. The easiest way to remember is scale 6, 5, 4, 5, 4, aisa karke, in the descending order, it will be very easy for you to remember. So briefcase we have covered. Vehicle loan we have covered. Newspaper we have covered. Now we are going to festival advance and natural calamity advance. Festival advance, 50,000 or 1 month gross salary of officers, whichever is less, and 40,000 or 1 month gross salary for class 3 and 4 employees, and 20,000 or 1 month basic plus DA on pro rata basis for PTS. And this is given once in a calendar year. If I take festival advance on 1st of 2023, so my deduction starts from February 2023, it gets over in 10 months. I cannot ask again I cannot apply again in the month of December because system will not allow me to do so. I can claim festival advance only once in a year. I hope I'm clear till this. The natural calamity advance, this is 50,000 maximum to be deducted in 25 equal installments, and in this कुछ government का लगता है confirmation that there is a natural calamity. Based on that only the company releases. So we have covered festival advance, we have covered natural calamity advance, we have covered briefcase, vehicle loan, newspaper. So now we move on to the next. That is a very interesting. इस पे question आता है. ये आप लोग learn कर लीजिए. This is जो proposed house.
नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज है उसकी जो इंस्टॉलमेंट है वो कितने टाइम बाद कटनी शुरू होती है?
4 महीने बाद.
आफ्टर डिसबर्समेंट ऑफ
4 महीने बाद कटना शुरू होता है.
ठीक है.
लेकिन वो नहीं पूछते हैं एग्जाम में, इसलिए हमने नहीं लिखा है वहां. तो क्या है, हमारे जो एग्जाम देने वाले कैंडिडेट्स हैं ऑलरेडी इतना सारा वो लोग ऑलरेडी दे आर स्टडीइंग सो मच ना, तो हमने और ज्यादा उनको टैक्स नहीं करेंगे करके 25 इंस्टॉलमेंट कटता है. एग्जाम में यही पूछते हैं, बट आपने अच्छा किया पूछा. 4 महीने बाद. और ये जो है ना, ये आप लोग याद कीजिए, ये बहुत पूछा जाता है कि एक स्केल 3 ऑफिसर है तो इसको सप्लीमेंट्री कितना मिलेगा, इसको स्कीम कितना मिलेगा, बाइफर्केशन पूछते हैं. ठीक है. या फिर ऐसा भी पूछा जाता है कि एक अमाउंट दे देते हैं, जैसे टोटल अमाउंट है यहाँ पे, ये हमेशा आता है. हाँ, एक अमाउंट बोल दिया जाएगा, जैसे स्केल 2 1 and 2 60, टोटल 60 दे देंगे और ये पूछेंगे कि इस 60 में कितना स्कीम में उसको मिल सकता है, कितना सप्लीमेंट्री में मिल सकता है. तो ये जो टेबल है ये आप लोग याद कीजिए, ये बहुत जरूरी है. टेबल में आपको इजी तरीका याद करने का ये है कि यू लर्न द टोटल लोन. जैसे 80 70 63, आप हमेशा मतलब जो सबसे बड़ा स्केल है, स्केल 6 and above, उसको सबसे ज्यादा मिलेगा. फिर स्केल 4 and 5 ऐसे करके करेंगे ना. और वैसे आईडीडी, दो इट इज नॉट माय सब्जेक्ट, डिसिप्लिनरी अथॉरिटी भी उस ऑर्डर में आप लर्न करेंगे तो आपको बहुत इजी हो जाएगा ना. तो मैक्सिमम स्केल 6 and above सबसे टॉप है, उसको 80 मिलेगा. फिर स्केल 4 and 5 70, फिर स्केल 3 को 63, फिर देन स्केल 1 and 2 को ऐसे करके आप लर्न कीजिए. सो इट विल बी इजियर फॉर यू. अमाउंट फर्स्ट यू लर्न द टोटल अमाउंट. ठीक है, फर्स्ट टोटल अमाउंट, और फिर बाद में जो आपको कन्वीनियंट लगता है, जो आपको याद रखने में इजी रहेगा, इधर पहले सारा सप्लीमेंट लर्न कीजिए, then whatever is left. जैसे अभी scale 4 and 5 I have learned the total amount. टोटल मुझे 70 मिलेगा सपोज, and then I learned the supplementary में 37 मिलेगा. तो 70 में 37 गया तो बचा कितना, 33, वो मुझे स्कीम मिलेगी. Just learn these two columns, total loan, how much you will get, and supplementary or scheme, whatever is easier for you to learn, because it is seen that most of the time a question is asked on this. So you learn the total amount, then scheme or supplementary, whatever is like whatever is convenient for you, that you learn. जो balance रहेगा, that is the other one. ऐसे करके इसमें आता है question. It's very important. So at least one question is asked, and it is so easy. इसमें आप लोगों को कुछ ऐसे efforts नहीं डालने हैं, बस याद किया, एक question हो गया अपना. अच्छा, here I want to tell you something. Wait, housing loan. Yeah, housing loan, what I want to share is, it is an employee gets it twice. This is the additional information. Okay, this just for your information. And it is, you get twice in the entire service period, and it is 3 years for normal people. This you noted down. 3 years for any employee who joins the organization. He has to complete Vehicle loan के लिए कितना years? 5 years. For housing loan, how many years? 3 years. And ex-serviceman for vehicle loan, 3 years. But for housing loan, ex-serviceman will get housing loan after completion of 2 years. And rate of interest, how much? Scheme loan?
5%.
5%. And for supplementary?
7.5.
And it is on? कैसे कटता है? Reducing balance. ठीक है?
Reducing balance.
हाँ, और हमको इसको क्या क्या प्लेज करना पड़ता है ये लेने के लिए? ये आपके इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए ना, एग्जाम में नहीं पूछेंगे, फिर भी जब हम हाउसिंग लोन बता रहे तो थोड़ा सा सोचा बता दें क्या मिलेगा, क्या प्लेज करना पड़ता है? पीएफ, ग्रेचुटी, जीएसएलआई, जीटीआई, एलआईसी, दीज आर द थिंग्स व्हिच हैव टू बी प्लेज्ड फॉर हाउसिंग. ठीक है? हाउसिंग लोन चार्ट आई हैव शेयर्ड. सो विद दिस द क्वेश्चन व्हिच दे यूजुअली आस्क for fast track exam is this. So इसको आप लोग याद कीजिए, whatever way is convenient to you. I have showed you one way, the total याद कीजिए और फिर scheme या supplement याद कीजिए, so it will be easier for you to remember. So with
Excuse me, ma'am. संध्या.
हाँ बोलो, कौन बोल रहा है?
स्टेला.
हाँ बोलो मैम, बोलो बोलो. गुड मॉर्निंग.
वो इफेक्टिव डेट बराबर नहीं है लगता है.
2016
हमारे यहाँ 2019 में आया था. आई थिंक 2016 शायद जीआईसी का था क्या?
एक मिनट देखती हूँ. I have it. ठीक है.
इफेक्टिव डेट शायद गलत है अपना.
डेट गलत है.
आई रिमेम्बर इट केम इन
नहीं, लेकिन
2019.
मेरे पास जो है ना उसमें तो 16 ही है. चेक हो सकता है मैम.
ड्यूरिंग द वेज रिवीजन ना ये आया था, लेकिन आई थिंक जीआईसी में आया था और शायद अपने कंपनी में 2019 में आया था.
मैम मैं चेक करती हूँ.
हाँ, just check the effective date.
You want
I think that
effective
is
date,
wrong.
ना?
Yeah, because I remember I had taken housing loan after it came into effect. That was in 2019. जब वो increase हुआ. That's why I'm a little sure of that.
No, but it can be that you have taken in 19.
But क्योंकि वो नहीं आया था. रिविजन के साथ ही सब चेंज हुआ, लेकिन अपने कंपनीज में चेंज नहीं हुआ.
नहीं, मैं चेक करती क्योंकि आई हैव रेफर्ड माय, यहाँ पे ना गुरिंदर सिंह करके हैं न्यू इंडिया में. गुरिंदर सिंह सर, उनका पीपीटी सबसे ज्यादा चलता है. उसमें भी इफेक्टिव फ्रॉम 26/7/2016 लिखा हुआ है. फिर भी I will check.
I think we should check up with Sunil. I think he will be.
I'll check up tomorrow with the department and get back.
This effect.
And I'll communicate to Sachin. वो आप लोगों को communicate कर.
Yeah.
ठीक है?
Thank you.
I'll confirm it because as per the paper which मेरे पास जो पेपर है ना उसमें 26/7/2016 से हमारे कंपनी में वो चला है, मतलब इट इज एप्लीकेबल. आई विल कंफर्म.
2016 से ही है मैडम.
2016
से ये 16 से ही है. एप्लीकेबल भी 16 से है.
16 से ही है ना.
Sorry to disturb all of you. Excuse me. Sorry to disturb. Will ma'am, you just let us know tomorrow morning so that we should not waste much time on this day.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Now we have finished this. But ये याद कर लीजिए. हाँ, इसमें से आ सकता है. ठीक है. Now we will go to the next one. Conveyance scheme. So you all know that conveyance scheme में किसको गाड़ी मिलती है? जो मार्केटिंग फंक्शंस. हाँ, तो दिस इज द लिमिट. इसमें आया था क्वेश्चन, तो आप लिमिट याद कीजिए. फॉर स्केल 1, 2 and 3 it is 8.25. Scale 4 it is 9.3. For CRM and scale 5 it is 10.6, and scale 6 and 7 13.85. Okay, this just remember the figures. इसमें और कुछ नहीं. We all know that these people are eligible for conveyance, and इसका deduction 5 years वाला है एक criteria. It is 5 years का रहता है. It can be extended up to 8 years. See, period of usage. ठीक है, period of usage is 5 years. Wait, where is it? The period of usage, it's already given here. Period of usage is 5 years, and it is extendable up to 8 years. Okay, and tire tube का question आता है, which I have not covered here, but note it down. Tire tube 32,000 kilometers or 40 months, whichever is earlier, it is replaceable. Tire tube 32,000 kilometers or 40 months, whichever is earlier, and salvage value is 300. Noted? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Tire tubes 32,000 kilometers or 40 months, whichever is earlier, salvage value 300. Battery का भी question आया था, 18 months, salvage value is 150. Okay, end of 5th year, WDV to be notionally added to income and vehicle to be transferred in officer's name if the employee exists. ठीक है, अगर रिटायर हो रहा है, एग्जिट हो रहा है, तो end of 5 years, WDV to be notionally added to income, vehicle to be transferred in officer's name. This came into effect from 10/5/2019. Okay, this I have not.
Ma'am, there is any maximum limit for conveyance of tire and tube and battery replacement?
No.
As
per the rule, conveyance की ये लिखा है कि 32,000 kilometers और 40 months. इसमें कहीं भी अमाउंट का
पेट्रोल एक्सपेंसेस
पेट्रोल एक्सपेंसेस है ना, और रिपेयर बजट है, रिपेयर बजट अप टू 60,000 as per the cadre.
मम्मी ना पानी मध्ये नात बरोबर ना,
ठीक है, कन्वेंस हो गया. Now we are coming to education loan. हेलो, इसका तो भी माइक प्लीज म्यूट कर दीजिए, जो भी है मुझे. ठीक है, now we are coming to education.
Repair budget of how much money?
Repair budget 60,000 cadre wise limit, और कैडर का अलग रहेगा. हम लोगों को पूछा जाता है एग्जाम में, अगेन आई कम बैक टू माय ओन दिस थिंग, ईयर्स कितना है, 5 to 8 जो एक्सटेंडेबल है वो पूछते हैं, टायर ट्यूब पूछते हैं एग्जाम में, बैटरी पूछते हैं, अभी तक वही पूछा गया है. सो नाउ वी आर कमिंग टू एजुकेशन लोन. एजुकेशन लोन, दिस केम इनटू इफेक्ट फ्रॉम 1/4/2016, and it is for how many children? 2 children. 2. Eligibility 5 years for normal, for all employees, but for ex-servicemen it is 3 years, and the person has to be a confirmed employee for all these benefits. Admission fee, tuition fee, non-refundable charges payable to hostel, and 10 lakhs for each child. What you should know as far education loan is concerned for the purpose of fast track is how much, from when it came to effect, how much is the amount payable, and for how many children it is payable, and what is the rate of interest. For boys it is 8%, for girls it is 7.8%. So this much is
in conveyance scheme, I guess from scale 4 and 5 it is same. For CRM it is different. Can you go back to the previous slide?
What, sir, I will get you. Can you come again?
In conveyance scheme, ma'am.
You want me to share the slide again?
Yeah.
Wait.
I guess for scale 4 and 5 it is same, ma'am. CRMs it is different.
Scale 4. Acha, I have left out scale 5.
Yes, ma'am. Because
scale 4 के बाजू में scale 5 भी होना चाहिए, है ना? ठीक है. Scale 4 and 5, I'll correct my presentation. Scale 4 I have written as scale 9.3, scale 4 and 5, no? And CRM.
Yes, ma'am. Scale 4 and 5 too.
No, but yeah, देखो ना CRM and CRM is, you are saying that CRM is
In
different.
charge, different, yes, no.
And scale
CRM,
5 is correct.
yes.
I'll check.
Okay.
I'll check scale 5 and CRM. I'll check and get back to you. I've note down whatever I have to check. I'll get back to you. Okay? और अभी हम जो break लेते हैं ना, उसमें भी if possible, I'll just. Then we are coming to EDLI. This is applicable. EDLI is Employee Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme. This is applicable to only those who are members of PF, and in this, it is payable only in case of death, and beneficiary shall be PF nominee, and in this we are having tie-up with LIC like GSLI, GTI, EDLI. In all this, in GTI and GSLI, the employee premium is deducted from his salary and it is sent to LIC. In case of GTI, if there is any death, that employees, dependents or beneficiaries, they get the amount. And in case of GSLI, if the employee dies, he gets more money. If he survives, then percentage is there. Some percentage he gets back, the other LIC retains. Same way, in EDLI, a person's family members get it. Beneficiary, whosoever is the nominee of PF, will get this benefit. And this is applicable only if the employee dies. Okay? So, with this, we come to end of our part 2, and I'll take a break now. Okay? And after the break, when I come back, I'll tell you about conveyance, chief manager, and scale 5. And for effective date of that housing loan, I'll give you tomorrow only. And GTI, GSLI also, I'll tell you after we come back. So now 10 minutes. Anil?
No problem, ma'am. No problem.
10 minute का break लेंगे.
No issues, no issues.
फिर आते हैं.
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
ठीक.
बाबा 10 मिनिटांचा ब्रेक दिलाय तिथे. तरी ते
So welcome back. Before we took a break, we'll start again, na? Anil?
Yes.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
We'll start again. Before we took a break, I told you that I had, in my first part, I had not included halting allowance. Halting allowance पे question पूछते हैं. So now अभी फटाफट टाइप किया मैंने. Halting allowance metro के लिए अलग है. This is for scale 6 and above. This is the halting allowance. Okay. Scale 5 and 4, 3 to 1 this. And then development officer grade 1, senior assistant, it is 700. Development officer grade 2, it is assistant RC, it is 600. And for class 4, halting allowance is 500. Now we are coming to halting allowance for class. This is the first one which I showed you just now. It's for metro cities. And the other one which I'm sharing with you is for class A, B, C city. So class A it is 1,300, 1,100 and 950 for class C, like that. For scale 5 and 4, it is like this, 1,300, 1,100 and 950. For scale 3 to 1, it is 1,100, 950 and 800. And for development officer grade 1, senior assistant, it is 700, 600, 450. Development officer grade 2, assistant RC, it is 600, 520, 340. See, I told you earlier also, when I was talking about reimbursement of briefcase, the easier way to remember these things is in a descending order. So a few tips. तो आप descending order में इसको भी याद करोगे ना तो आपको जल्दी से याद है. So I have covered hotel charges, halting allowance. Now I'm sharing hotel charges also with you. So what I'll do is, I have the list with me. After this, I will share it with the team, Anil and Sachin. I'll know it. This was left. And अभी कन्वेंस स्कीम का किसी ने पूछा था मुझे. I checked up. आपका जो ब्रेक था ना, उसमें I checked up. For scale 4 and 5, it is 9.3 lakhs only. As per the conveyance scheme 2011, for scale 4 and 5, I had forgotten to write, I think, 5. So it is for scale 4 and 5. For scale 4 and 5, it is 9.3 lakhs as per conveyance scheme 2011. And whatever this is ex-showroom price, including cess and GST payable. So there is no, like for diesel vehicle, there is no extension. Okay. Monetary limits shall not be extended to diesel vehicles. It's clearly given in the circular. And these are the limits, revised eligibility. So now I have to share only the hotel charges and housing as of now. So we have, with this, we are going to complete 2 portions of our today's class. And one more thing, I want, last time it was asked about when an employee is transferred. So uska jo goods hai, सामान लेके जो shifting में होता है, उसमें rail charges या road charges कितना मिलता है? So there is, with effect from 1/4/2015, there is a revision in that also. By road, scale 4 and above, actual expenses, maximum 120 quintals by goods train. Up to scale 3, actual expenses, maximum 90 quintals by goods train. Other than class 1, by rail, 40 quintals, road maximum 60 quintals. And incidental is maybe sometimes they ask. Up to scale 3, it is 12,000. Scale 4 and above, it is 16,000. Other than class 1, it is 8,000. So this also I will share with Sachin and Anil. So I'm noting this also down. Abhi hum abhi break liye na. So I refer to the questions, to which the list of questions which I have with me. So last time ये transportation का भी मतलब कितना क्विंटल मिलता है, this was asked. So I'll share that with you. Then I have to share housing loan का and hotel charge. These three things I'll have to share with you. So I've noted it down. So now,
Ma'am, one query. Ma'am, one query. If a transfer grant is not allowed, okay, then this transportation charges will be allowed or not?
Allowed, sir.
Transfer grant and transportation charges.
On the request transfer,
always allowed.
on the request transfer, if the transfer grant is not allowed, in that case, transportation will be allowed or not?
That I need to check. Because transfer grant is something different. It is a monetary benefit. आप transfer दे दिए और आप सामान इधर से उधर shift करेंगे, वो तो मिलना चाहिए.
मिलना चाहिए. Okay, okay, ma'am.
चाहिए. I'll check. मैं कल check
करूँगा. No issues. No issues. Thank you, ma'am.
Next, so we have covered the first two parts. Now we move to part 3, that is PF, NPS, Mediclaim, domiciliary, insurance qualification, allowances, salary, CCA, HRA. इसमें आता है ना questions. So I hope I'm clear till here. So we now move on. So now we talk about, a question was asked, Mediclaim lump sum is effective from which date? Okay, so remember these dates, they are asked in the scheme was applicable from wage revision with effective from 1/8/2017, and who are eligible for this? Existing, retired, VRS, resignation, not eligible, and those who are appointed on contractual basis, they are also not eligible for wage revision. And effective date, usually they ask effective date for kit allowances, which one? Effective date for Mediclaim lump sum benefit is what date? Like that. So these dates are to be remembered. So who is eligible for wage revision? Existing employees, retired employees, VRS employees, those who have resigned or they are on contractual basis like actuary or others, they are not eligible for wage revision, and the wage revision became effective from 1st August 2017. So another question which is asked is regarding FPA. So FPA based on the cadre as on 1/11/1993 or 22/6/2000. What do you understand by this? Anyone?
On the cadre of assistant on these dates.
What is? No, it is not assistant. Officer bhi ho sakta hai. Officer bhi ho sakta hai.
What was your cadre on that day? That will be only that FPA amount will be
yes. और FPA कब मिलता है?
FPA after reaching the ceiling, next year after reaching the ceiling.
What is ceiling?
Ceiling the maximum stage of basic.
Yes, yes,
when you reach
yes.
the maximum stage.
Yes. जब हम लोग maximum हमारा जो stage है जो basic का उसमें पहुंच जाते हैं तो next year से FPA मिलता है. And what is the tenure of this FPA? Suppose today I am assistant manager in 2023. I have started getting FPA from December. So when will it get stopped, or will it get stopped or not?
It will not get stopped. It will continue.
Yes, till my retirement. Okay, it will continue. But what will be my FPA? Suppose on the cutoff date, suppose if I'm an assistant manager, example, and my FPA for assistant manager is 2,500, suppose. But I was an assistant on the cutoff date, that was 1/11/93 or 22/6/2000. that time, I was eligible, my basic, as per my basic, that FPA, whatever, as per the cutoff date, was eligible for 900 rupees only. What will I get? This is just an example.
900.
900.
Yes, yes. So FPA is based on your cadre as on 1/11/93 or 22/6/2000. And once if FPA is started in your, like, in the salary, it will continue till your superannuation or till you take VRS. And this FPA is taken into account in your pension also. So this is very important. So you should only just keep in mind that there is a cutoff date for that. So if you are जो इसके बाद के employees हैं, उनको नहीं मिलेगा. Those who were on the job on this date and उनका उस time का जो designation था, जो cadre था, उसके हिसाब से मिले. And now we are having with us the list of allowances which we get from the salary. Okay? Functional allowances or specific. What is functional allowance? Those are the allowances which are given to the employee for doing that specific function. Like keyhold allowance hai, cash allowance hai, jo function wo employee perform karta hai. See, my family is also giving me a big grin because this is the first time they have seen me like this. This is the first online class which I am taking. So they also not seen me like this. So, आपको लग रहा होगा मैडम बात करते करते कहाँ देख के स्माइल करे. The place where I'm sitting is just opposite the kitchen. So they're saying, what mama is doing. So we'll continue. So the functional allowance is the amount which is given to you for performing some specific function. Special area allowance कहाँ मिलता है? हिल स्टेशन अलाउंस कहाँ मिलता है? हिल स्टेशन. हाँ, सो ये सब अमाउंट जो है
अबाउट 2000.
हाँ, वो हम लोग हाँ, तो सब मतलब based on the location where the office is, the employees who are working in that office will get these allowances. Okay, and DA भी हमारा quarterly हमेशा revise होता है. ठीक है, DA का slabs भी दिया हुआ. But what they might ask you is, after this wage revision, from which date the allowance applicable हुए? This is a question which is generally asked. Kit allowance कब से हुआ? Port allowance कब से हुआ? Lump sum जो mediclaim है, वो कब से revise हुआ? These things are usually asked. So this is shared in the PPT. So these are the allowances which we get. And I told you just few minutes back that the allowances which we get, they depend upon the place where we are working, the location and the functions which are performed. So now, house rental HRM. This is as per the place of posting. इसमें जो question आता है ना, what they ask is usually, this how you need to remember is 10%, 8%, 7%. For all metros, it is 10%. For all cities with population more than 12 lakhs, it is 8%. And all other places, it is 7%. What they confuse you is with that figure, जो maximum figure है ना, for cities exceeding population, except cities mentioned 12 lakhs, except cities mentioned Gandhinagar and all states of Goa, it is 6,620 as per the new wage revision. Okay, they hear 6620, they will make 6780 like that, and then they will start giving the option. Here it is clearly mentioned cities with population exceeding 12 lakhs except this. And what they will do is they will take the first instance. Here the name of cities, you just keep it in mind. Here Navi Mumbai, Kolkata, New Delhi, Chennai. So one, they will keep the others as it is. Just one or two cities in place of Ghaziabad, they might change one place. In place of Noida, they might change one place. They'll put some other place, and then amount also they may change. So these types of questions are asked in case of HR. They change the amount, they change the location. Okay, just what you need to remember is 1087 and the amount 7840 6620 637. Now we talk about CCA. CCA, City Compensatory Allowance. This is also one amount for metro city. For all the others, it is different. Okay. And one thing which you need to just notice is, in this, it is same for HRA is same for all classes. The slide which is shared with you in HRA is for all classes it is same. But for CCA it is different. The amount here which is shown, this shows that it is 3%, 2.5% and 2%. For C class it is nil. So when you try to remember this for your exam, what you need to remember here is that for C to chhodi do because it is nil. The other you have to remember that jaisa HRA tha वैसा ही all big cities it is 3%. For class 1 it is this much. For class 3 it is this much. Maximum this max for class 1. For class 3 maximum itna. Same way you have to remember for A, B, C and class 1 and class 3. This is hill station allowance. See, when we talk of hill station allowance, it is meter how, मतलब कितना वो ऊंचा है sea level से. That is the factor which is taken into consideration. So that is more than 1,500 meter, 1,000 to 1,500 meter, and then the amount is also specified here. For class 1 it is this much. For class 3 it is this much. So you have to remember how much it is above sea level and the percentage and maximum what is paid. So in this there are only 3 criteria. It is to be remembered. Okay.
मैम ये रिवाइज नहीं हुआ है?
रिवाइज हुआ है? गलत है फिगर. एक मिनट.
सही है मैम.
एक मिनट चेक करती हूँ. मेरे पास जो लेटेस्ट है यही तो है. It has एक मिनट. हाँ मैं चेक कर. CCA ठीक था. CCA चेक किया आप
दोनों
लोगों ने?
ठीक है मैम. दोनों ठीक है मैम.
CCA ठीक है. CCA ठीक है. एक मिनट. फिर HRA भी ठीक था. HRA और CCA तो ठीक है. एक मिनट. हाँ लेट मी चेक. अगर नहीं है तो कर देंगे ना, इसमें क्या है. 2.5% मैक्सिमम. अच्छा इसको चेंज करना पड़ेगा. मैक्सिमम इज 1245. ठीक है ना. मैक्सिमम 1,500 and above it is 2.5% and maximum 1245. 2.5% and maximum 1,000. ठीक तो है. This is applicable.
It's very much right with effect from 1/11/2022.
हाँ ठीक है. This is effective from 1/11/2022. And the chart which is displayed, which is shared with you, is correct. Any other question? Or shall we move ahead? चार्ट जो शेयर किया है ना, ये लेटेस्ट वेज रिविजन का है, क्योंकि मुझे भी लगा.
We can move ahead.
हाँ ठीक है, we'll move ahead. Now we are talking about allowances. ठीक है, now we are talking about allowances. So these are the allowances which we get. Transport allowance this much. Then conveyance allowance. These are the figures, huh? Conveyance allowance to physically handicapped officers 400 per month. Mid-academic. I was telling you when we were talking about transfer mobility policy that where benefits of transfer is not given, it is silence. It is silent. That means the employee will get mid-academic allowance also, which is 1625. Kit allowance is paid to all those officers who are transferred to. Kit कहाँ मिलता है? Hill stations. Okay? And one time it is in one hill station, one employee gets it only once. For 9,000 is for officers, for staff it is 2250. To this, in my last session at Insurance Institute, one candidate asked me that क्यों madam officer को ज़्यादा ठंडी लगती है क्या? This amount should be uniform. Remember I told them कि तो company का है decision. What can I say about it? So kit allowance, I remember it very nicely, 9,000 and 2250. Entertainment allowance, then in charge ka jo allowance hai, that functional allowance is given to officers who are working in audit and vigilance department, and the amount is 1625 and 1,200 for investigating officers. TSS earlier it used to be given, nowadays it is not given, but those who have been given 350 per month, they are still continuing. Parody port allowance 265, and then 25% of basic subject to the condition that basic plus MPA does not exceed the ultimate basic of scale for this. This I don't know कहाँ से आया. I can tell you about this. Till here, these allowances. This I need to check. कहाँ से मैंने copy paste किया है. But these are the allowances of class 1. So I think till here we are all on the same page. So now we are going to move to the next slide, which is on allowances which are payable to
25% of the basic pay is for ma'am.
ये किसके लिए है मुझे?
लिए मैम, ये डॉक्टर्स के लिए मैम.
अच्छा डॉक्टर्स का है, वही मुझे एक समझ में नहीं है. एक हाँ, एक who was this person जिसने बोला? हाँ?
Yes ma'am, it's आशुतोष.
आशुतोष कौन? आशुतोष कहाँ से हुआ?
मैम from Oriental Insurance मैम.
अच्छा very good. हाँ, I'll just correct it immediately because ये कहाँ से मैंने लिखा है मुझे याद नहीं है. So this is for doctors, but this is till the time this is till the time the employee reaches scale 4, na? Ultimate of NPA does not exceed.
For medical means
for doctor.
it is the allowance.
What I was thinking is I'll add here. Okay. I'll add whatever next list which I'm going to share. No, I'll make this correction answer. Officers. 25%. This is for non-practicing allowance, no?
Yes, ma'am.
This is non-practicing allowance payable to officers. Doctors. Specialist. So now we move on to the, thank you Ashutosh. Now we move on to the next one, that is regarding allowances payable to supervisory staff. So this is 460 and 625. These things, see, I can just read it out for you, but this is for you to keep it in mind because they may ask you amount only. Okay. These are the amounts which needs to be remembered. Okay. मुझे लगता है इसमें कैश कैरिंग अलाउंस
है मैम
इसमें मुझे लग रहा है मैं लास्ट वाला इसमें ये नया रिजर्वेशन का नहीं है ये ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ठीक है. This see which I have shared with you, is having 2016. That means it is old wage revision ka. So I will share the latest wala, because this should be having our new wage revision is 2017 का, है ना? This ये आप लोग के किसी के ध्यान में नहीं आया? ये देखो 2000 यहाँ 16 सब है. So this is the old one. This needs to be corrected. Allowances, supervisory needs to be checked and changed. I am having a hard copy with me. Let me check in that. Yes, what I have shared with you. It is 680. 925. This is the old one. And this is, the change is effective from 1/7/2017. This remains the same 400. This remains the same. Cash carrying allowance is increased to 1000. Functional allowance remains the same. Audit assistant increased. $1,200. This remains the same. TSS allowance. TSS allowance हट गया, हाँ? Is not mentioned. 75 remains the same. 60 remains the same. Kit allowance. It is 2250.
9,000.
See, washing allowance भी बढ़ गया है. नहीं, washing allowance घट गया है. And disturbance allowance, it is silent. It is silent about, the latest one is silent about disturbance allowance. So these are the changes. Okay. So now supervisory transport is 680, admin it is 925. Rest you're able to see the changes. So these are the latest ones. Now we go to insurance qualification. So now you can see the qualification, insurance qualification.
It's 555, ma'am.
हाँ वही मैंने देखा. That's why इसको किया. Rest are okay. This is 555. For license rate, it is license rate is 555, associate 1505, fellow it is 2575, and passing the papers of actuary get 555, and then IPCC final group 10801845. And if you MBA from a recognized university on completion of master degree, this is for supervisory staff only, huh? For class 3, 4 confirmed employees. Class 1, they don't get. Okay? So they might ask on amount, because after the wage revision, this is a new amount which you are getting as allowance. So till here it is clear. We'll move ahead. Then
Yes,
we were
madam.
talking about FPA. We are talking about FPA. So this amount they are asking in the exam. And this amount they are asking in the exam. They are giving a question like that this person was he joined as this, he got confirmed on this, and now he has reached his ceiling. So now next month, how much FPA he will be released. So they are sharing the old FPA also, the new FPA also. That is the designation Purana wala, FPA amount and new wala. You have to decide which one to do, and I've already told you whatever cadre was there as on the cutoff dates. To be very precise, whatever was the cutoff date, that time whatever was payable is payable. Okay? Now we are talking about Mediclaim. So we all know that Mediclaim is on floater basis, and the 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs and 10 lakhs is the amount for which we all are covered, for which 75% is company's premium and 25% is our premium. And there are a lot of criteria for Mediclaim that also you all are aware of it. Who are covered, who are not covered. And one question.
मैम second and third में एक wrong है. कौन सा 89,000 आएगा 85,000 आएगा?
क्या?
Between 672,652 89925 है. नीचे वाले में 85925. इसमें से ठीक कौन सा?
एक मिनट, कौन सा बोल रहे हो? ये 85, इधर ऊपर 85 होना चाहिए. टाइपिंग मिस्टेक करती हूँ. ठीक है. 5 लाख, 6 लाख, 10 लाख. और डिपेंडेंट अगर आप किसी को डिक्लेयर कर रहे हो, उसका इनकम कितना रहना चाहिए? कितने से ज्यादा नहीं रहना चाहिए?
180 से ज्यादा
नहीं.
10,000 per month.
10,000. हाँ, 10,000 पर मंथ से ज्यादा नहीं होनी चाहिए. एंड इसमें मैक्सिमम हाउ मच यू कैन इंश्योर, how much sum insured you can opt for. Maximum is 50 lakhs. And I'm telling you, company contribution 75% and 25% is your contribution. That is only on your eligible sum insured. Suppose my eligible is 10 lakhs and I am opting for 50 lakhs, then the company will not contribute 75%. Only on my eligible sum insured, the company is going to contribute 75% and I am going to contribute 25%. And these claims are to be, they are settled by, administered by TPA. we have outsourced them. And one more thing I want to tell you is that in Mediclaim, for all other benefits, like for reimbursement of briefcase, for newspaper reimbursement, confirmation is required. But only for Mediclaim, as soon as a company may join karta hai employee, immediately he can give declaration and he gets the facility of Mediclaim. He or she need not wait till confirmation. Okay. And for newborn child, we are giving free coverage up to 90 days. After 90 days, premium is charged to the newborn. So there are cappings on room rent, domiciliary hospitalization, ambulance charges, but those things are not asked in the examination. We are studying only for the purpose of examination, and whatever we need to know as far as exam is concerned, we are covering it. Then we have one CMD ex gratia also, for which 15 lakhs is the maximum limit. What you need to know is, suppose in this they ask the question, they'll ask about the first layer, which is 90% of 5 lakhs. Second layer is 80% of 15 lakhs and 5 lakhs, I'm sorry. And the third layer is 70% of 5 lakhs. So maximum payable under CMD ex gratia policy is 15 lakhs. It is bifurcated into 3, 5, 5, 5. First 5 we pay 90% of 5 lakhs. Second 5 का जो layer है, उसमें we pay 80% of 5 lakhs. Third layer is 70% of next 5. That much is the only thing which you need to know as far as CMD ex gratia is concerned from the examination point of view. Now we come to domiciliary lump sum Mediclaim. So domiciliary this question was asked. This came into effect from 1/1/20. Applicable from 1/1/20. Lump sum domiciliary, this came into effect from 1/1/2020. This is for class 1. Class 1, it is 29,000. There are only two limits. One is 29,400 and one is 19,600. And the basic I have mentioned here, up to this basic below 91345, it is 19,600. For the basic above 91345, it is 29,400. For class 2, the amount is, for basic up to 72375, it is 12,300. Above that, this is 19,600. For class 3 and 4, it is 9,800. For class 3 and 4, it is paid in the month of July. and for class 1 it is in the month of November. So with this, we come to the end of third one. Now we move on to the last session, last topic, and the most interesting topic. इसमें से आपको 4-5 क्वेश्चन हमेशा आता है, that is leave. Okay? So we will take leave, then we will take pension and gratuity. Okay? So as far as leave is concerned, we all know that there are these many types of leave. Casual leave. Casual leave कितना मिलता है एक साल में?
12 मैम.
आरएच कितना मिलता है?
2
मिलता है. ईएल कितना मिलता है?
30.
1 for every 11
No,
days.
1 day for every 11 days.
1 day for every 11 days, and maximum how much we can accumulate?
33.
270.
275.
और रिटायरमेंट के वक्त इन कैश
240.
250. 240.
हाँ 240. एंड सिक लीव
30 every year.
240.
सिक लीव कितना मिलता है हर साल?
30.
और सिक लीव कैसे ले सकते हैं? हाफ पे, फुल पे, दोनों ले सकते हैं. ठीक है. एंड nowadays as per the this thing, पहले था ना सफिक्स प्रीफिक्स अलाउड नहीं था, क्या अलाउड था? पहले कैसा था? सपोज आई एम गोइंग ऑन लीव ऑन
प्रीफिक्स साथ में काउंट होता था कैजुअल लीव.
हाँ अभी नहीं करता है. ठीक है. ठीक है. अभी इफ आई गो ऑन लीव ऑन फ्राइडे, then again if I am going on leave on Monday, Saturday Sunday will not be treated as my leave. Okay. So I can take 2 separate leaves. One more thing. One thing you know is EL, we have minimum number of EL which we can take at one time.
6.
6. Maximum
180.
120.
मैं इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ कि इसमें आते हैं एग्जाम में बहुत क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. एंड सी दिस इज अ
मैक्सिमम कितनी है?
मैक्सिमम 120.
120. ओके.
और अगर आप इकट्ठे छुट्टी पे रहे, ठीक है, और आपका छुट्टी 30 डेज हो गया क्रॉस, तो क्या होगा? एलडब्ल्यूपी पे आप 30 डेज से ज्यादा हैं, फिर
दोबारा क्वेश्चन पूछना क्या है?
सपोज आप छुट्टी पे हो, ठीक है, 30 दिन के ऊपर हो गए, 35 दिन 40 दिन हो गए, तो क्या होता है फिर उसका इफेक्ट? छुट्टियां तो लग गई है, छुट्टी खत्म हो गई आपकी.
लॉस ऑफ
पे पे हाफ नहीं, लीव विदाउट एलओपी तो होगा. और क्या होता है? आपका जो इंक्रीमेंट है वो एक्सटेंड होता है. इफ यू क्रॉस 30 डेज ऑफ एलओपी, योर इंक्रीमेंट जो हमारा एनुअल इंक्रीमेंट है, सपोज आई ज्वाइन इन द मंथ ऑफ जून, so next year when I complete, when I enter June month, auto increment आता है एक फाइल, ऑटोमेटिकली आपका इंक्रीमेंट आता है. हम लोगों ने सिस्टम में ऐसा सेटअप किया. सपोज यू हैव टेकन लीव फॉर 30 days, then what happens is that auto increment will not come, because हम लोग सिस्टम में जब आपका लीव विदाउट पे का एंट्री करते हैं ना, तो वो सिस्टम ऑटो इंक्रीमेंट नहीं डालता है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली योर इंक्रीमेंट गेट्स शिफ्टेड बाय 1 month. इफ 30 डेज आपका लीव विदाउट पे एक्सीड हो गया तो आपका इंक्रीमेंट शिफ्ट होगा. अगर 60 डेज के ऊपर हो गया तो आपका 2 months शिफ्ट होगा. दैट इज द इफेक्ट व्हिच लीव विदाउट पे हैज ऑन योर टेक होम सैलरी. So this
less than 30 then
तब नहीं होता है.
okay.
तब आपका सिर्फ सैलरी कटेगा, लेकिन इंक्रीमेंट पोस्टपोन नहीं होगा. तो इस पे भी क्वेश्चन हमेशा पूछते हैं. और एक क्वेश्चन हमेशा आपका जो है एनकैशमेंट में भी आता है, आप कितना दिन एनकैश कर सकते हो?
15 days.
15 days एनकैश कर सकते हैं। और रिटायरमेंट के वक्त कितना एनकैश होता है?
240.
240 days। और आप अगर इफ आई एम एन एम्प्लॉई एंड आई एम रिटायरिंग इन द मंथ ऑफ, ये क्वेश्चन आता है, हाँ, अभी लीव है तो हम लीव में 15-20 मिनट लेंगे, बिकॉज लीव का कम से कम 4 क्वेश्चंस तो आता है। If I am a retiree, this question is very frequently asked in the exam, that if I am a retiree and I am retiring in the month of August, how many CLs I will get this year?
8.
8. Because at the time of retirement
Pro rata.
and in probation, you get pro rata. Very good. Whosoever answered. Okay. So you get only proportionate. So clubbing. Now we come to Acha. And one more thing, one question which is very frequently asked. Joining leave. Joining leave कितना मिलता है?
6 for outstation, 1 for
6 for outstation, 1 for local.
1 for local.
Okay. And how many CLs you can take at a stretch?
5.
5. And how many half days? 6 times. Half days you can entire
maximum 6
1 year में maximum 6 times. Okay. You can take half days. And short EL can be, I am having the questions with me. That is why probably thoda late kar rahe hain, because I am reading the questions myself and then discussing with you. So there is a question that how many times short EL can be taken?
Twice in a year.
Twice after completion of all casual leave.
You should exhaust all your casual leaves and then you are eligible for 2 times short EL in that calendar year. And when was EL accrual revised from 240 to 270? That was revised. Pehle 240 EL milta tha. Now it has increased to 270. This was revised on 13th September 2017. Before that, we used to get only 240. Now we get 270 days. Okay? Revision in 2017. If we take sick leave, even for 1 day, medical fitness is required?
Required, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes. And what about maternity leave?
180 days.
180 is twice in a year or twice in a full
lifetime.
service.
Or 2
Maximum
child.
360. Maximum 360.
Minimum 2 confinements. Maximum days, 180 days. Okay. Miscarriage leave, 12 to 26 weeks of pregnancy, maximum 6 weeks. For probationers, the probationers are eligible for maternity leave, but the probation will get extended. One more thing, I'm talking about all leaves. Just keep it in mind, the leaves which can be clubbed together. इस पे हमेशा question आता है. The leaves which can be clubbed together.
In previous slide, what was QL?
Quarantine leave.
I'll show you all the leaves. Wait, we started from here. Okay. Leave is a very, very important topic and it is very easy. So पक्का हो जाएगा 4-5 mark तो आप लोग. I'll show you all the leaves. Combinations to be remembered. See, इसको रट लो. This is very important. Wait. This combination is very important. What all leaves can be taken together? Leaves allowed in conjunction. Like CL किस के साथ ले? कितने लोग बोलते हैं मैडम हमने CL लिया था, अभी मुझे sick leave लेना है, सिस्टम अलाउ नहीं कर रहा है. नहीं करेगा क्योंकि CL यहाँ पे देखो आप, हम लोगों ने ऐसे validations डाल के रखे. CL can be taken with examination leave. QL is quarantine leave, LOP. ठीक है. SL can be taken with these leaves. Maternity leave can be taken. ये जो है ना slide, we have already shared the slide with the institute. So these leaves, just remember it very nicely. Remember it because इसमें एक question पक्का आता है. So 1 mark, 100% you. One question from this topic, definitely this slide, not topic. This topic you get 4 to 5 questions, and इसमें क्या क्या clubbing होता है. This is very important because all leaves you can't take together. Like if you have applied for sick leave, ठीक है, and आपने नहीं CL अप्लाई किया, आज फ्राइडे के लिए आपने CL अप्लाई किया, आप बीमार पड़ गए, अब मंडे नहीं आए, आपका सिक लीव का सर्टिफिकेट सिर्फ आज का है, then you want to again for Monday you want to club it with CL. It will not allow because CL can be clubbed only with examination leave, quarantine leave, LOP. It cannot be clubbed with sick leave. So there are certain leaves which will be clubbed together, certain leaves which cannot be clubbed together. Whereas CL can be clubbed with earned leave. You see here. Quarantine leave can be clubbed with
all leaves.
Earned leave. Like that, this slide, just remember it, learn it, because इसका एक question हमेशा इसका आता है. Now we will go to types of leave.
Ma'am, earned leave can be combined with sick leave?
Earned leave can be, yes. देखो पीछे वाले स्लाइड में होगा.
नहीं है मैम, इसलिए
नहीं है,
SL
है
के
ना,
साथ
EL, SL और EL ले सकते. Now we are going to CL. It cannot be carried forward. ठीक है? During probation, it gets accrued once in 1 day for every 30 days. In retirement, it is proportionate. Maximum CL 6 times half day sleep, which half day है, half day 6 times. Attested 5 and casual leave 12 and 2 RH. Okay? LTS can be availed with CL. Examination leave, QL is quarantine leave, LOP. Now we are going to earned leave. For every 11 days which we work, we get one earned leave. Maximum accrual is 270, and EL shall not include the period of leave other than casual leave, quarantine leave, examination leave, and trade union leave. Minimum 6 days, maximum 120 days, encashed 240 at retirement. Otherwise, how many? 15 days maximum. Once in
2 years.
2 block years. LTS, I told you that for officers it is odd to even. For clerical supervisory staff, it is even to odd. But for earned leave, the block is same for all the employees pan-India. Okay, it is even to odd. Even to odd. It is earned leave is same for everybody. Okay. Now we will move to leave encashment. Even to odd. Even to odd. I told you even to odd only. Maximum 15 days. Acha. And components which are taken while calculating. This also question was asked. What are the components which are taken while calculating leave encashment at the time of retirement and at the time of service and death? See, this point is very important. Just note it down. At the time of retirement, for calculation of leave encashment, जो 240 days जो हम करते हैं, उसमें basic EA and FPA is only taken, whereas at the time of service and death, these components are taken. Basic DA, FPA, functional allowance, entertainment, HRE, CCA. Only transport allowance is not taken into consideration. Okay. So I told you earlier. Now again I'm repeating. Leave encashment block is same for everybody. Even to all. Maximum allowed is 15 days. Components taken in retirement, it is different. In case of service and death, it is different. These are the components which are included in leave encashment. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now maternity leave. Maximum 2 confinements. मैक्सिमम पीरियड 12 months. उसमें वो पूछते हैं 12 months, 360 days, 365 days ऐसा ऑप्शन रहता है. एंड इसमें भी मैक्सिमम डेज याद रखिए, 180 days for one occasion. Miss said the period needs to be remembered nicely because they ask for the period only and number of confinements. Maternity leave can be clubbed with which leaves? Earned leave and sick leave. Maternity leave can be clubbed with. See, if an employee is on maternity leave, then after completion of maternity leave, many times, since the child is small, they don't join, so they can club it with earned leave and sick leave. Okay. Now we'll go to adoption leave. Adoption leave कौन लेता है?
Childless.
Adoption leave is given to only female employees. Okay. Male employees को कौन सा leave मिलता है?
Paternity.
Paternity. Male employees को paternity मिलता है. Adoption leave is given to female employees. This came into effect from 22nd June 2000. This leave is granted once during the service of the childless female employee for legally adopting a child who is below the year of 1. And कितना मिलता है? 2 months or till the child reaches first year, age 1, whichever is earlier. And this is for one child only, and adoption should be legal. So what needs to be kept in mind is the period.
Number of days, ma'am.
लिखा है ना 2 months. 2 months, 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 months. Or till the child reaches the age of 1, whichever is earlier. जो भी पहले होगा, it is for one child, एक बच्चे को मिलता है. And सबसे ज़्यादा क्या इसमें याद रखना है कि it is, the adoption should be legal and it is for female employees. Okay? अभी तक हम लोग कितना लीव्स पढ़े हैं? कवर किया है?
Casual, ma'am.
Casual leave, maternity,
encashment.
अभी ये कौन सा पढ़ा? Adoption. और इतना ही ना? Earned leave पढ़ा? Earned leave पढ़ा?
Earned leave, ma'am.
नहीं, earned leave भी हो गया ना?
हो गया, ma'am.
I think we covered.
Yes, ma'am.
Earned leave.
हो गया,
See,
ma'am.
देखो,
हो गया,
earned
हो गया.
leave, we covered earned leave, we covered leave encashment. Earned leave, we covered leave encashment, maternity,
leave
adoption.
encashment and earned leave was same, ma'am.
नहीं, leave encashment and earned leave are different.
Different. Okay.
Earned leave क्या होता है? कि जो लीव अक्रू होता है, इस लीव को, earned leave को ही हम लोग एनकैश करते हैं, but earned leave is a leave which we get accrued. जो मतलब वन वर्क डे होता है, 11 वर्किंग डे के बाद इसको earned leave बोलते हैं. इसको जब हम लोग एनकैश करते हैं तो इसको लीव एनकैशमेंट बोलते हैं. Only earned leave can be encashed. Other leaves cannot be encashed. Earned leave is different. कि earn, ये leave जमा होता है, ये हम earn करते हैं, 11 दिन काम करके 1 दिन we are getting. और इसको जब हम encash करते हैं ना, तो वो leave encashment हो जाता है. एक ही चीज है तो एक ही, लेकिन उसको अलग नाम से, इसको leave encashment. Leave encashment भी जो है वो earned leave का ही encashment होता है. फिर जब हम लीव एनकैशमेंट आते हैं तो अर्नड लीव तो हमारा साल भर जमा होता है. टिल द टाइम वी आर इन सर्विस इट गेट्स अक्रूड. बट एनकैशमेंट हमको 2 ब्लॉक ईयर में एक ही बार करने को कंपनी देता है. दैट इज द ब्लॉक ईयर इज आल्सो फिक्स्ड एंड आई हैव टू क्लेम इट विद इन दैट ब्लॉक ईयर. जैसे एलटीएस में दिस ऑप्शन इज देयर. सपोज आई हैव द लास्ट ब्लॉक पेंडिंग विथ मी, आई कुड नॉट गो ऑन एलटीएस. आई हैव द ऑप्शन ऑफ क्लबिंग माय लास्ट ईयर और my future year का भी लेके हम कर सकते हैं. But in leave encashment, the company does not give us this facility. Suppose my block year is 22-23, which it is at present, because since even to odd, my block year is 22-23. So I have to avail this block year before the end of 23, that is 31st December. If I come to the company and say on 3rd January 24, that I have to avail my block year of 22-23, it will not be allowed because leave encashment cannot be, the block cannot be taken ahead. You cannot take the block next year. It has to be availed during that block only. And the maximum number of days which can be allowed is 15 days. Only thing which will be asked in the question examination, many times it is asked about the components. In retirement, the components which you get is basic DA, FPA, but for calculation of leave encashment, verify employees on service or in case of death, the components are different. इतना ही आपको याद रखना. हम किसके लिए पढ़ रहे हैं? हम पास के लिए पढ़ रहे हैं. ठीक है? क्लियर है अभी तक? You finished adoption leave also? Clear hai?
Yes,
Now we are going to maternity, adoption, sick leave. Now we are going to sick leave. We told you sick leave 30 days in a year. Leave के लिए हमेशा the what period is taken? Jan to December. Okay. So 30 days for 1 year. So we take it on half pay basis. 30 days. Full pay करने से सिर्फ 15 दिन. ठीक है? 30 days half pay basis, and it can be accrued. Somebody was saying when we were talking about leave accrual, sick leave, one answer came 240 days. 240 days is the maximum sick leave which can be accumulated. It can be on full pay basis. Twice the number of such leave shall be debited against half pay leave. That is, for 1 day which you take, 2 days are debited. Everybody knows it. So till now we are on the same page. We'll move ahead. Now we are talking about other leaves. Examination leave, 2 attempts per subject. Earlier the insurance exams used to be held during weekdays. So now the exams are on Saturdays and Sundays only. So and then for special sick leave for the diseases. And this question is asked, the sanctioning authority for this special sick leave. This question is asked, and I think shared the MCQ which I have shared with your team. I have put this, the second, and then this question is asked. The sanctioning authority for advanced sick leave is head office only, and it is on half pay basis. Now, paternity leave. Paternity leave was introduced in our company in the year 2017, and this is given to all male employees, and this is for 2 children, and this has to be taken. See, there is a specific period like in which this leave can be taken. It is for 15 days, and before the child completes 6 months after the date of delivery, this leave has to be taken. Suppose a child is born on the 1st Jan of 2023. So before the child completes 6 months, that is before 30th June, the the child's father has to take this leave. Otherwise, this leave gets lapsed. So just remember it. And this can be taken for 2 surviving children and 15 days. What you need to remember is how many days, how many children, and what is the tenure during which this can be taken. And one more catch is here. Wife had given birth to a child on or date prior to 6 months before 13/9/2017. It is eligible. Okay. This came to effect from 13/9/2017, but if a child was born before that 6 months, then it is payable, and for adoption also, this is the employee will get leave. Now we are talking about quarantine leave.
Ma'am, for adoption of child also, it can be available?
Yes. 15 days.
Only once or twice, ma'am?
Once. Adoption female को भी तो 1 ही मिलता है ना, तो मेल को भी paternity 1 ही मिलेगा ना. We are talking about quarantine leave. Quarantine word we have heard a lot during at the time of COVID. So this is a quarantine leave is a leave which is given to the employee when the family is affected, when any member of the family is affected by smallpox and cholera, plague, diphtheria, it is given. But COVID is the recent example which everybody remembers, so I'm quoting it. But if for the employee, he has to claim sick leave, but quarantine leave is given to the employee for taking care of the family. Recently, GIPSA had sanctioned 15 days leave for COVID for those who do not have sick leave balance. This is not applicable now, but when we talk of quarantine leave, what we mean is it is a leave which is given to the employee to take care of his family members, not for him. If he himself gets affected by that disease, or while taking care of his family, he gets affected, then he has to take sick leave. So with this, we come to the end of leave. Again, I want to tell you that leave is a very, very important topic, and definitely 4 to 5 questions are asked on this. So just remember that you read this. And before we move on, what is the time? Before we move on to the last segment, that is gratuity and pension. Okay. I have a question for you. See, how many times in a year short EL can be granted?
2 times.
A person was on LOP for 41 days during the year. His increment will be postponed by how many?
1 month. 1 month.
1 month.
And if an employee was on LOP for 41 days in this year, how many CL will be credited to him?
11.
Why?
1 month.
10 days, madam.
Huh?
10.
Kyun?
Madam, 41 days. So for 1 month, he has on more than 1 month, he has on EL. That is LOP. So 2 months, for every 1 month, one day is the CL.
No, ma'am, it will be 12 only.
CL को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ये क्वेश्चन आया था इसलिए हमने आपको पूछा.
12 ही देगा.
CL को कोई फर्क, see only SL में फर्क पड़ेगा, बट CL को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. एम्प्लॉय LOPP रहेगा. ये क्वेश्चन आया था. दैट इज व्हाई आई आस्क्ड यू. CL उसको पूरा मिलेगा. Just keep this in mind. एक छोटा सा आंसर था, आप MCQ में इधर का उधर क्लिक कर देते.
Okay, madam.
He will get full पूरा 12 CL he will get, even if he was on LOP. And one question, in a calendar year, how many half day CL he can take?
3 days.
See, one question I've shared the list to your team, like to Sachin and Anil. See, maximum amount of housing loan scheme plus supplementary for scale 3 officer, they have asked. So just
63 lakh.
So these things, just keep it in mind. And see, RH can be clubbed with which type of leave?
PL.
Any type.
EL,
Any type.
CL.
Any type.
RH जो है ना, you can club it with any type of leave. इसलिए हमने जानबूझ के छोड़ा.
Ma'am, RH is not a leave, I think.
क्यों? Restricted leave है ना, that is an option, no? But it can be taken. ठीक है, आप उसको नहीं, आप उसको किसी के भी साथ ले सकते. That is what I want to say. उसको आप कोई भी लीव के साथ ले सकते हो. जैसे आज मैंने RH ले लिया, and then suppose if I don't come on Monday, today is Friday, I have taken RH, and suppose I don't come on Monday again, system will allow me, ठीक है, to apply. One more thing, how many days notice? Suppose आपको EL लेना है, तो आपको कितना दिन पहले बोलना पड़ेगा?
15 days.
Minimum 15 days.
Adoption leave कितना? See, which is the incorrect option? The maximum period of leave will be 3 months. I'm talking about adoption leave, huh? Maximum period of leave will be 3 months or till the child reaches the age of 1 year, whichever is earlier. I'm asking for incorrect option. Huh? The leave may be granted once during the service to a childless employee for legally adopting a child who is below 2 years of age. अभी हमने adoption leave पढ़ाया था. Adoption का क्या criteria है?
Year of the and maximum 2 months.
कितना?
1 year of age and maximum 2 months.
ये दोनों क्राइटेरिया यहाँ हो रहा है फुलफिल?
नहीं हो रहा मैम.
नहीं हो रहा है, इसलिए दोनों ऑप्शन गलत है. हाँ, बोथ आर रॉन्ग. यहाँ ऑप्शन है मैक्सिमम पीरियड ऑफ लीव विल बी 3 months or till the child reaches the age of 1, whichever is earlier. Second option है the leave may be granted once during the service of a childless employee who legally adopting a child who is below 2 years of age. यहाँ below क्या age है हमारा क्राइटेरिया? हमारा क्राइटेरिया क्या है?
1 year है मैम.
हाँ, 1 year है. समझा? I wanted to just check. I'm able to reach you properly. And I'll tell you one more thing. Who is the competent authority for sanctioning sick leave?
Special sick leave or ma'am?
Ordinary sick leave.
Sick leave मैम.
Head of the department.
जो हाँ, और special sick leave?
Head office.
Head office. One more question. Correct क्या है बताना है? Quarantine leave is granted if employee himself suffers from infectious disease. If an employee reports about infectious disease after he or she joins, which is correct? Both are incorrect, huh? ऐसे भी आते हैं. Like first they will give A is correct, then B is correct, both incorrect. So here both are incorrect. And now let us see how much you remember. Reimbursement, briefcase reimbursement for scale 6, how much I told you?
Scale 6
5,000.
How much?
5,000.
And vehicle loan, what is the criteria? Minimum how many years of service?
5 years.
Housing loan?
3 years.
3 years.
Or ex-serviceman 2 years.
Achha, and one more thing. What is the waiting period for maternity benefit under staff GMC for a lady? If I am an employee, I am an employee, I have joined today, I'm already pregnant. Okay, then there's no waiting period. I'll get the maternity benefit, but the only catch is fine. If I'm getting maternity leave, if I have joined as an assistant, my probation gets over in 6 months. If I join as an officer, I am on probation for 1 year. So if I am a lady who's joining the company and I go on maternity leave after 4 months, 5 months, then my probation will be extended by that many days. 6 months if I go on leave, So my probation will be extended, but I'll be getting the benefit. Okay. So now we'll move to the last segment, that is gratuity and pension. Acha, one more question. See, which officers are eligible for air travel in executive class? Scale 4 and above, scale 5 and above, scale 3 and above, scale 6 and above.
Ma'am, repeat please.
Who are eligible to travel?
Scale
travel.
6 and
Scale 4.
scale 6 and above.
Nobody is eligible. Everybody is eligible for economy class only.
Economy. Okay.
Huh? One more question. With this, we'll switch afterwards. We'll switch to the topic only. The question is: a person was recruited as assistant in 1993, got promoted to the cadre of scale 1 in the year 2005, and to the cadre of scale 2 in the year 2010, and reached the maximum of his scale subsequently. According to which cadre his FPA will be decided? Assistant. Scale 2, scale 1, which one?
Assistant.
Because in 1993 he was assistant. This one candidate has served for total 5 years in scale 2. In promotion exercise, how many marks he will get for his seniority? 5 years he has served as scale 2. So, how many years seniority he will get first?
2 years, ma'am. 2 years seniority.
For 2 years.
2 साल का मिलेगा क्योंकि first 3 years he is not going to get anything. No seniority marks is given. For the 2 years he will get. So for that, how much he will get? Scale 2 को seniority कितना है?
Ma'am, 6 marks.
6 marks.
6 marks. So कितना मिला गया? 6 marks. 12. So 50 questions I have shared. 48, 49, 50. 50 questions I have shared with Anil and Sachin. So they'll be sharing with you. Try to solve it. I've covered all the important topics. One more thing I just wanted to tell. See, which I told you earlier also while discussing leave, which component is not included while calculating leave encashment? Basic, HRA, CCA, transport allowance, DA, which is not
Transport allowance.
Transport allowance is not in. So this, now what we have left with is only gratuity and pension. We have covered most of the things from the examination point of view. Even after the session, if you have any doubt, you can get in touch with Sachin, or I'll share my email ID. You can ask me. I'll try to clarify it and get it. Like if I know the answer, it's fine. Otherwise, you just find out and let me know. So now we are moving to the last segment. Now we are coming to the last segment, that is, wait, let me check from the beginning. They have covered everything. I have to share the marks, okay, seniority marks with you. Otherwise, rest everything. So कैलकुलेटर भी सब लेके बैठे हैं?
नो मैम।
नहीं? अच्छा, ये आई थिंक ये रह गया। ये रह गया फॉर पीएफ, those who are covered under, ये दो स्लाइड करके we will go to pension and gratuity. Those who are covered under pension scheme 1995 are compulsory members of PF fund, and they can withdraw up to 90% of PF 1 year before their retirement, and employee contribution to PF fund is 10% of basic plus FPA of employee, and same is contributed by company. And there are loans which can be taken from provident fund, refundable and non-refundable. Refundable is for some purpose like puja or like that, and non-refundable for marriage, for construction of house, like that. And everything is applied in the system, and a person can take it. So this is about pension, and those who have joined the organization recently after 2010, I think there is a cutoff date, they come under NPS.
1 January 2010.
Which, what date?
1 January 2010.
So they come under NPS. Okay. Now we move to the last segment, that is retirement benefits. When the person retires, pension, see, I have written here pension employees, pension, who gets pension? Only those employees who have joined the organization before 31st March 2010, they are eligible for pension as per pension scheme 1995, gratuity, leave encashment, GSLI, GTI and PF. Okay.
Then NPS date will be ma'am, was ma'am
1/4 हो जाएगा, 1/4 हो जाएगा,
1/4
हो जाएगा, है ना? अगर ये 31st मार्च है तो 1/4 होगा, फिर भी कल हम लोग एक बार चेक करेंगे. Okay. Yes, date. ये पेंशन स्कीम का ही है, पेंशन स्कीम 1995 का है. So apart from at the time of retirement, a person gets gratuity, leave encashment, GSLI, in case of death, GTI and EDLI, and then PF. Okay, now we are going to the qualifying service for pension. Eligibility, you get pension at the time of superannuation, you get, if you are taking VRS, then also you get pension. Minimum qualifying service is 20 years, maximum is 33. Even if I work for 35, 36 years, 38 years, some people who retire, they retire after serving for 38 years, but the qualifying years which will be taken is 33 only. And if I am retiring after serving for 28 years or 29 years, notional benefit of 5 years would be given to me. If suppose my actual date of retirement is 1st April 2027, but today I decide that I want to take VRS, I can take. And suppose if the employee has completed only 29 years, but his retirement is in 2027, but he or she has completed only 29 years, 5 years that notional benefit will be given to the employee in case of VRS cases also. And the minimum notice period is 3 months notice has to be given for years. So now basic and FPA are taken. Calculation step 1. See, you have for calculation of pension, basic pension is equal to step 1. See, for the first thing is by calculating pension, you have to take the average salary of last 10 months. This is the formula. Average salary of last 10 months multiplied by basic pension is equal to average salary of last 10 months multiplied by maximum जो है 33 years divided by 33. This is the formula. So we'll go to the next slide. Step 2. See, always pension, we are doing commutation also. We'll take this with an example. Commutation is also done. For commutation, the amount is commuted basic pension multiplied by 1 divided by 3 of actual pension and commutation factor. Pension payable per month is basic multiplied by 1 divided by 3 if commutation is opted, eligible DA amount and basic of employees. What I'm thinking is, shall we solve a sum here?
पहले वैसे करवा दो एक बार, थोड़ा सा समझ जाएंगे। पहले एक बार वैसे समझा।
ऐसे समझाएंगे तो हम बोलते जाएंगे, अभी समझेगा कितना मुझे नहीं पता। हम सोचे एक एग्जाम्पल लेके सॉल्व करेंगे तो।
मैडम, one question. Hello. 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 Hello, मैम।
ये इसको ही बताऊं क्या? देखो, ये है एक 1 minute। इसको देखो, आप लोग को समझ रहा है कुछ? बेसिक ऑफ एन एम्प्लॉय इज इतना 58825। ठीक है, व्हाट वी आर सेइंग इज उसका 10 months का एवरेज लेना है। समझ रहा है कुछ?
That is 58825.
एग्जाम्पल लिया है, उसका बेसिक कितना है? ठीक है, as when calculating pension, it is said that 10 months का उसका एवरेज लेना। ठीक है, 10 months का एवरेज यानी क्या? 58825 into 10 कितना? कितना आएगा?
सेम
58825 plus 1050.
582250 आएगा। ठीक है, ये उसका 10 months का है ना?
Divided by 10 also. The average is also, but division also available.
Where is qualifying year of service?
है ना, 33 years। अगर आपको एग्जाम में 28 years से ज्यादा आता है तो आपको उसको नोशनल देना ही है ना? देखो 10 आपको 10 मंथ्स का लेना है, 10 मंथ्स का उसका कितना आ रहा है 58825. जस्ट एन एग्जांपल, 58825 इज द बेसिक ऑफ 1 मंथ. वी आर गोइंग टू टेक इट फॉर 10 मंथ्स. तो 588250 उसका आ रहा है 10 मंथ्स का. हाँ, एफपीए भी लेते हैं, बेसिक प्लस एफपीए. तो उसका एफपीए 1 मंथ का सपोज 1015 है, इंटू 10 10150 आ जाएगा. ये उसका 10 मंथ्स का. तो 588250 प्लस 10150 कितना आ रहा है टोटल, दिस मच डिवाइडेड बाय 10. सो दिस कम्स इसका 1 मंथ का. हमारा पेंशन यानी क्या हो जाता है, 50% हो जाता है ना. तो हमारा पेंशन यानी 50% हो जाता है. तो हमारा 59840 को हम लोग 2 से डिवाइड करेंगे इसको 50% लाने के लिए. तो हमारा बेसिक पेंशन कितना हो रहा है, हमारा बेसिक पेंशन कितना हो रहा है
29,920.
हाँ, इसको 2 से डिवाइड करना. देखो सिंपल बोलते हैं, अभी आप ज्यादा ये मत करना. अभी ये अमाउंट आपको छोटा लग रहा है, अभी हम लोग का वेज रिविजन हो गया, तो वी आर गेटिंग बिग अमाउंट एज अ बेसिक. सपोज अ पर्सन इज हैविंग दिस इज एन एग्जाम्पल विच इज शोन. ये लास्ट टाइम जो पहले जो हमारा वेज डिविजन के पहले का बेसिक है उसको दिया है. सो इफ सपोज टुडे माई बेसिक इज 1 lakh, suppose, and I am as on 1st of January 2023, my basic is 1 lakh. I am retiring in the month of November. Okay, cut off date देते हैं in the exam, they give the cut off date as on this date, this is the basic. The person is retiring on superannuating after putting in 29 years of service, or the person is taking VRS after putting after working for 29 years. Then what you have to do is, if it is more than 28 years, you have to give that notional benefit of 5 years. And then if my basic is 1 lakh into 10, because I am going to take the basic of the last 10 months which I have worked, average. So it comes to 1 lakh into 10 comes to 10 lakh. Suppose my FPA आज के डेट पे 2500 बता रहा है, तो 2500 into 10 comes to 25,000. So what will happen is 1 lakh 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 10
1 lakh
come
into
to
105,000.
हाँ, तो उसको plus 25,000 add करके, then what you have to do, उसका divided by 10 करोगे तो 1 महीने का आएगा 1,02,500. ठीक है, आया, अभी आया 1,02,500 तक पहुंच गए. That is the average. इसको डिवाइडेड बाय 2 करना है. 2 करने से क्या आ रहा है 50,000 नहीं 51,250.
फाइव 1,250.
एक मिनट ना
5,1,250.
This comes to my, मतलब इसको मेरा बेसिक पेंशन इतना आएगा. ठीक है,
5,1,250.
50% ऑफ एवरेज पे, यानी ये मेरा बेसिक पेंशन आएगा. इसको हम क्या कर रहे हैं, कम्यूट करते हैं. कम्यूट करना है यानी इसको क्या करेंगे, मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 1 डिवाइडेड बाय 3 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 1 वही रहेगा, डिवाइडेड बाय 3 कितना हो जाएगा, डिवाइडेड बाय 3 कितना आ रहा है
17083.
17083. ये हो गया मेरा कम्यूटेशन. और इसमें हमको क्या लगाना है, फैक्टर. वो फैक्टर जो है ना वो हमेशा चार्ट में दिया रहेगा. उसके साथ मल्टीप्लाई करना है फैक्टर के साथ। दैट इज, ये जो हम एग्जांपल दिखा रहे हैं इसमें वी आर टेकिंग दैट फैक्टर, डीए फैक्टर दिया रहेगा सम में आपको। जैसे अभी हम फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे दिखा रहे हैं 12, तो हमको क्या करना है 17083 इंटू 12। निकाला आपने, निकाला आपने। 51250 हमारा बेसिक पेंशन है, ठीक है, ठीक है। उसमें हम कम्यूटेशन नहीं, उसमें हम कम्यूटेशन माइनस करेंगे क्योंकि हमारा वो जाएगा, ठीक है। 51250 इज माई बेसिक कमीशन, बेसिक पेंशन, सॉरी बेसिक पेंशन। इसमें आई एम डिडक्टिंग माई commutation which is 34167, and then I am adding DA to it. DA factor will be given. And then you will get your pension.
Madam, Madam,
हाँ,
Madam, the DA is the last DA the person is getting, Madam. Will the DA be reduced or the DA remains the same?
What?
Madam, in this last 19,947 plus DA of 24,175.
Not get reduced.
So that was the last DA the person was getting.
That will be there.
Okay, only the basic will be the
basic will be basic will be half.
Yes, thank you, madam.
What I was thinking is, if this is not clear, I'll share another detailed wala tomorrow. Chalega, Sachin? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No issues. You can say that tomorrow with us. Hello?
हाँ, हम क्या करेंगे ना, एक BRS का केस लेंगे, हाँ, और एक नॉर्मल सुपर एनुएशन लेंगे, एक वो 33 इयर्स पूरा जिसको बेनिफिट मिला है वो केस लेंगे, और एक जिसको नहीं हुआ है, जो बीच में छोड़ दिया, उसको हम नोशनल दे रहे हैं, वो लेंगे। ऐसा करके दो सिनेरियो अलग अलग बना के एक एक स्टेप कैलकुलेट करके आज के डे के बेसिक में, दिस व्हाट आई एम शेयरिंग इज पुराना वाला बेसिक, शायद इसलिए कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है। तो आज जो हमारा एम्प्लॉय को मिल रहा है अभी वेज रिविजन के बाद, वो करंट वाला लेके आई विल गिव एकदम अच्छा सा एग्जांपल, उसको हम आपको करके मेल में शेयर कर देंगे। आप आपकी टीम से शेयर करें, दैट विल बी बेटर, because this I am not doing justice.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
I think that will be a better option. ठीक है, आपको हम कल दो एग्जाम्पल पेंशन का करके आपको दो सम्स पूरा जो अभी लास्ट टाइम की जो आए हैं ना क्वेश्चंस, उससे पूछ के लोगों से बना के आपको हम शेयर करेंगे शाम तक। चलेगा?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, one is BRS, one is normal. ठीक है, क्यों पता है? क्योंकि पेंशन पे आता है क्वेश्चन, एंड आई डोंट नो अबाउट यू पीपल, बट मुझे खुद को सेटिस्फेक्शन नहीं मिलेगा till the time I make you understand it. So today I'm not in a position, because the response which I was getting for my earlier presentation, that से अभी 39 हो गया, लोग चले गए, बाय बाय कर दिया ऑलरेडी। हाँ तो मुझे लग रहा है कि that will be a better option that I share it। तो कि आपको क्या होगा, वो आप सम्स, आप लोग बहुत लोगों ने ambitiousbaba.com वो सब ज्वाइन भी किया होगा, ये देख के आप वो करके कंपेयर करके आप कर सको, that's a better option. So I'll share it tomorrow. So एक VRS case, एक normal superannuation, एंड एक मतलब पूरा बेसिक, और ऐसा भी केस आया है जो अभी हम आपको बताते वक्त देखिए कि एक एम्प्लॉय का 5 महीना अलग बेसिक था, फिर 4 महीना अलग बेसिक हो गया. लाइक he retired in the month of October. First 4 months his basic was something else. Last 5 months his basic was something else. There, in such cases, how do we go about? So all these 3 scenarios I will share with you. One VRS, one normal retirement 33 years के बाद, one जहाँ basic change हुआ है. ये बहुत important. जैसे leave important है ना, वैसे pension calculation is very very important. तो ये हम कल आपके साथ शेयर करेंगे. Just give me some time. Tomorrow evening I'll share because I have my class on Tuesday at Insurance Institute. उसकी भी मेरी तैयारी है. III में मेरा क्लास है ट्यूसडे को. तो बैठ के अच्छे से एक एक लाइन मतलब कर देंगे, आपको वर्ड में शेयर करेंगे, आप उनको मेल कर. प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं, वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट में कर, मतलब सम रहेगा फिर आंसर. चलेगा?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
चलेगा
Yes,
ना?
ma'am.
चलेगा.
ग्रेचुटी भी हम आपको दिखाते हैं, अगर समझता है ठीक है, नहीं तो ग्रेचुटी भी ऐसे ही शेयर कर देंगे. अभी आप देख लीजिए, ठीक है? Now pension I told you, and the pension is payable to VRS Opti also. Pension is not payable to resignation. And in pension we are taking basic plus FPA plus DA for calculation. And other thing which I have told you for pension is, if see, this question was asked, so I want to tell you here. If a person was on LOP for 6 months, a question आया था last year, a person was on LOP for 6 months, उसका pension calculation में क्या हो रहा है? If it is, आप जब pension calculate करते हो और वहां पे sum में दी, आपको problem में लिखा हुआ है कि ये this person was on loss of pay in this year from this period to that period. If it is less than 6 months, ignore. इसको कुछ भी नहीं लेना है. While calculation of pension, if the person is on LOP for 6 months, it need not be taken into consideration while calculating his pension. Okay? And if he is on LOP, then how many days? That needs to be taken. But if it is less than 6 months, pension is not getting affected. This I wanted to tell you. And rest I will share with you pension calculation in detail, because it should be able to, after I take a session on this, then the exam, if it comes, you should be able to. Otherwise, so now we move to gratuity. ठीक है? Gratuity. Hello. क्या हुआ? कितना बच गया? 1:30. अच्छा ठीक है. Gratuity. Only one more slide. Then we'll close for the day. भूख लग गई होगी ना? What I see, gratuity is payable on completion of 5 years. For resignation also, gratuity is payable. In death cases, it is not required that a person should have completed 5 years. Moral turpitude, it is not payable. As per Act, it is 20 lakhs. As per, otherwise, there's no such limit. The formula which is applied is basic plus DA plus FPA into number of years. Maximum number of years which is into 15 into 26, and after that for every 2 years which is completed, 0.5 is taken. And as per Act, 8 people should be employed in the office. With this, I finish gratuity also. Tomorrow I'll send you 3 sums on pension calculation and 1 on gratuity. I'll mail it to Anil and Sachin. Okay, you take it, you just see how it is done. It will be done step by step. Then you'll be able to calculate if the question, there will be a question on gratuity calculation and pension. You'll be able to do it. So with this, I end my session.
Ma'am, one question.
Bolo.
This for pension calculation, if the LOP is more than 6 months, then what effect it has?
कब लेना है? tab lena hai. But if it is less than 6 months, it's not to be taken. This is Stella, no?
Yeah. If it is more than 6 months,
how do we do it? That also I'll give the
Acha,
information.
please share that question also. If it is more than 6 months, more less than 6 months.
Wait, if less than 6 months, it is there
We
that
don't have to take cognizance.
Yeah. No, if it is
But
more
if it
than 6 months, wait, LOP more than 6 months, how to take it in?
How to calculate pension?
Okay. LOP more than 6 months, how to calculate pension? I'll tell you tomorrow.
Okay.
That means I'll have four sums to share with you tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll share it, no problem. Because
Madam, the notional also I will say.
Notional, so if it is 28 years and above, you are getting 5 years ka benefit.
Okay.
Yeah, but that sort of sum also shared.
Huh?
We are at 38, we will take only 33 years of service.
Only 3 years. Only 3 years.
नहीं notional अगर 30 नहीं maximum 33 years मिलता है. अगर if I work for 30 years फिर मुझे 3 साल मिलेगा. अगर मैंने 28 साल काम किया मुझे 5 साल मिलेगा. If I have worked for 31 years I will get 2 years. Maximum payable is 33 years.
So,
the calculation
employees.
And उसका वाला भी सम जरा शेयर कीजिए.
क्या?
वो वाला 28 plus 3 वाला 5 वाला.
5
हाँ, वो भी सम शेयर कीजिए. मतलब ऐसा आएगा तो मतलब 28 मत डालिए, 29 डालिए और फिर वो 4 years वाला ऐसा.
अच्छा, ओके. अच्छा, ओके. ठीक है.
Notional वाला.
जरा हाँ.
I'll share and wait just a minute. Huh?
Excuse me, ma'am. What is notional benefit?
वो एक एक्स्ट्रा बेनिफिट मिलता है एम्प्लॉय को. अगर आपने इतना साल कंपनी को काम किया तो एक कंपनी आपको वो बेनिफिट देती है. आप 28 साल ही काम करोगे तो भी इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड दैट यू हैव वर्कड फॉर सो मेनी इयर्स.
Whether it is superannuation or VRS, in both the cases, employee will get.
It is considered only in case of superannuation and VRS, not in case of resignation or anything else. Termination में तो मिलता ही नहीं. See, I am sharing my mobile number also with you. And wait, I'll give you my email ID.
Madam, if it's a death case, the employee has expired before some 26 years.
If employee is expired, his family will get pension.
No, madam, that 5 years weightage we will give or we will not give?
No.
Okay, thank you.
And if employee expires, then his family gets it. Family pension. The employee expires, his family gets a family pension.
Ex gratia service का क्या रूल है? In case of death.
What?
In case of death, ex gratia joining. In case of death.
In case of death.
Death of employee, ex gratia जॉब मिलती है ना उसके डिपेंडेंट को.
उसको compassionate appointment बोलते हैं.
Compensate.
मिलती हाँ compassionate
कंडीशन है कितने साल की
कंडीशन नहीं, ऐसा कुछ कंडीशन नहीं. ये है कि उसका जो भी आएगा वो मेजर रहना चाहिए, माइनर को नहीं मिलेगा. ग्रेजुएट रहेगा और उसका रिक्रूटमेंट जो होगा इट विल बी रिक्रूटेड एज एन असिस्टेंट ओनली, नॉट एन ऑफिसर कैडर. बट अगर वो ग्रेजुएट नहीं है तो सब स्टाफ करके उसको रिक्रूटमेंट होता है. तुम आपको कंपैशनेट अपॉइंटमेंट भी चाहिए.
Ma'am, does leap year affect the retirement?
कंपैशनेट अपॉइंटमेंट का अभी तक कभी पूछा नहीं गया एग्जाम में. ठीक है, बताते हैं. हाँ बोलिए.
Ma'am, does leap year affect the retirement date? If some person is going to retire on 31st of March and then that is the leap year, then it's
see, as far as retirement, as far as retirement is concerned, you retire on the date of birth, as per your date of birth. Suppose I am born on 1st of Jan, I will retire on 31st December. If I am born on any day after 1st, that is if I am born on 2nd, 3rd, I will be retiring on the last day of the month. So leap year does not. If I am born in February, then if I am born on 1st February, then it may. Otherwise, it is not going. Any more question? So should we stop?
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am.
I hope the session was whatever. I hope whatever I shared is useful to you. And
very useful, ma'am.
If you have any more queries, I have shared my email ID also. S and M or small. Huh? Okay, you can write. You can mail me. My phone number is also shared. And regarding this pension and gratuity, I will share too.
Madam, one
Shall
question,
we close?
Yes.
Madam, one question. If the employee has not get promotion of a normal track for 2 years, they will consider for 3rd year?
Can you come again?
If the employee has not get the promotion for 2 years in normal track or fast track, whether he is eligible for 3rd year for getting promotion or any cooling period?
If a person, in case of scale 6, 7, it is given that if a person doesn't get superseded for 3 years, then he is not eligible for 1 year karke. But for others, it is not. We have seen cases now. The people who have been superseded are getting promoted. And in this scenario, now we are running short of people. So this is not a criterion taken consideration nowadays. Might be there in the policy, but when we talk of actual things which are happening, there is. But for even then, if you're from which place?
Vizag.
Huh?
New India, Vizag.
Vizag. Your name, please, sir?
Srinivas.
I'll just check and get back. I'll check with the department. Nowadays, like as far as New India is known, I think they were given promotion last year. But I need to check. Like you mean to say that which cadre?
3 to 4.
3 to 4?
Yeah.
3 to 4, not promoted since 2 years.
Yes.
Whether he is eligible or not.
Year.
Eligible for this, you're talking about the current year.
Yeah, ma'am. No, they have given in seniority and all. Seniority list they have given. But whether I get,
as far as as far as New India is concerned, we have come across cases last year also that those who were not considered for 2 years have got them. But is there any amendment? I need to check. What I need to check now is that is there any such amendment as of now, which has come recently? If not, then there's no such crime.
Right. Thanks.
Okay. So thanks a lot for the patient hearing. So whatever.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. On behalf of Mumbai Insurance Institute, I thank you once again for such a wonderful session. Hello, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And आपका pension का और gratuity का कल मैं दे दूँगी.
No issues. You can share with me or Sachin also, and accordingly we will share it in the group.
हाँ, ठीक है. कल करती.
Okay. Or ma'am, you need to end the meeting because you are the host of the meeting. So you just before logging off, just end the meeting and you can log off.
End the meeting. Yeah. I'll take my daughter's selfie. Even I don't.
Okay. Once again, thank you so much for this wonderful session. We can see the efforts which you have taken for preparing this PPT. It's really wonderful. And once again, I thank you so ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.